everybody. Let me get my sound turned back up. Welcome to Charisma Plus episode 32.
Woo.
Happy to be here. Man, Matt's so excited. He's taking his clothes off right now.
Yeah.
One thing at a time. All right.
But thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. We are going to have a good night. We'll go jump into some fan art real quick. First things first, you know.
Bam.
So let's see what we got going on here. Tonight we got Bam!
Henry!
The Adventures of Henry.
Oh, these are the cutest. I want them in a book.
Yeah.
That was really sweet.
So cute.
Yeah, we got the, what is it, like a little comic she's making? Or?
Yeah, she's like made a whole little comic all about Henry.
Yeah, little Henry Bear.
It's like, I've only existed for 10 minutes and I love life.
I'll be gone in the morning, but that's okay. Someone drew a face on our battle.
Yeah.
We got censored here. Your this is you punching your husband.
Oh no, you punched your fish friend.
Get arrested for that, Terrence.
It's about to be removed.
Censored.
Censored. It's censored.
That bar is a little big,
Stop
man.
it.
That bar is really big, Terrence. That bar is really big.
Yeah, well, I mean, sound like you're jealous. Are you jealous? Are you jealous? You're jealous. Whoa, what is
Look
this?
how beautiful he is.
What is this?
Oh.
Is that Leopold?
Come with me.
Whatever. He is a very handsome man.
So kawaii. Look at him.
I like that dude.
Let's see. What else we got on here? We got
This
Oh.
is awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool. Really
So good.
why won't you look at me? What did I say?
Rude.
If I can't see it, it's not there.
This is my old commander here.
Yeah. Good job, guy.
That's pretty good.
That's perfect. Actually, that's perfect.
Ayo.
Hey.
Look
The
at that.
goatee.
Look at that goatee.
Oh.
That green aura, that
A
goatee.
lot of people put him with facial hair. I don't understand that.
He's evil.
You got that green aura. You must stink.
It's that green flame blade. It's just kind of glowing.
it's all over. No, it's
Oh,
all over.
that's what it is. Oh,
He's
okay.
got the fire.
Then we got some Ruby.
She got
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
That
That was
strong
awesome.
hand.
You got her strong hand out. Yeah.
I bet she can strong arm anybody.
Man. Oh, good, yeah.
Strong arm. That's a pimp hand.
Yeah. Oh, God, no.
And that is the art that we have for this week. Thank you guys very much for the art. If you have anything you want to say to us or anything you want to get featured, like art, on the next one, hashtag Charisma Plus, and we'll see it. So yeah, the last episode we had the battle. And this is what's left on the map here. Just I know we got this dead guy that's up at the top. You know, Gharr the corruptor has been told to bail after you picked up his crystal and were taken over. But you guys made it through this strange lost wood kind of world and made it to this kind of an area, this open almost arena, where you guys fought two treants and little mini treants that came with them, defeated those. And then the real battle began. The floor kind of gave way to just this large
sea of
circle
bones.
of just bones. And Gharr said that it's not the first time you guys have been here. And he welcomes the meal. But you guys had some help this time. He put a curse on you guys, slowed your speed down to half, took away your bonus action, just made it really hard to move around, and along with the difficult terrain of standing on these bones. But Kalanor, your owl buddy,
Oh, yeah.
with a flash of light, you guys felt normal again, like the slow weight on your chest was relieved, and you guys were able to beat him. And things that happened, Hamo was eaten by Gharr the Corruptor, and so was Oseron.
Yep.
You went in to try to save him, and it didn't really work out too well.
Bella was corrupted.
Yeah, you
Momentarily.
dimensional doored up there to his crystal and picked him up, and he mind controlled you.
Yeah.
And what else? The fight ended, but we were still you guys were still under the effect of what he was doing, since the crystal is still there and he still has this beating light coming from it. The body itself is laying down, and the tentacles around the edges have fallen. And I think that catches us up to last episode was pretty much a really big fight.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot to catch up story-wise. But Gharr the Corruptor is, you can still hear his voice in your head, and he's just angrily and like you get the idea that this has never happened before, and he's quite angry about it. Kalinor the owl is kind of perched on your shoulder, and he looks tired and worn out, and he's not currently doing the same bright light to lift this curse from you. He's just kind of... and you can hear Gharr, and you can see the edges around the edge here where the teeth that are they're kind of around the edge of the bones are kind of quivering, like they're trying to push close, but they can't.
Okay, I'm going to retrieve all of the daggers that I threw.
Yeah.
Retrieve all my stuff.
Yeah.
Can we move normally? Like,
you still got difficult terrain, and you're still affected by the half speed thing. It hasn't been relieved from you yet, so you guys are still there, and the fight seems to be over, but there's still some concerning things happening.
is the big guy that we took down, is he moving at all?
No, he is. He's
completely
dead. He's dead.
Okay, but we still hear the voice.
Yeah, the voice is still going.
Okay.
The crystal beside. I think you're standing up there.
Yeah, I'm standing behind it.
Oh, there was a druid right beside him, and Raynor smashed the druid with some rocks.
That's how we do.
Drop it, yo.
Just dropped her.
I'm gonna walk around the big guy
Yeah.
toward the crystal.
Yeah, you going to go up here?
Yeah.
Let's see. Even your movement speed's so high that you can still get up there. It's no problem.
I'm probably exhausted now.
Yeah, your hasted wore off.
Yeah.
Wear off. What was one thing of exhaustion? Like you get negatives to saves and such?
Disadvantage on skill checks, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not the first level's not that bad.
Yes.
Pretty bad.
And Hamo, you got picked up, right? You're not still
Yeah.
dying anymore. Exhaustion.
So everybody's standing up, everybody's okay.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's
Yeah, I picked Hamo up, I
right.
know that.
Yeah.
You weren't knocked out, right? Okay.
disadvantage ability checks. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
So, like I said, like you guys are it's not going away, but you guys are free. There's no imminent danger right now. We're not in turns or anything. Nobody's dying. It's just you guys are obviously slowed down. Like his essence hasn't left the world yet.
How's Ruby in the back reacting?
She has relaxed now after Belle was no longer under control, and she's standing and watching still. She's still sitting back with your family, Haimo, and she's just on the edge. She's not in the bones. She's kind of standing on the edge of the path down the riverbed that you guys walked.
What is further back behind the crystal?
Behind the crystal?
Yeah.
It kind of goes up some stairs up to the crystal. There's a platform, and you can see out in the distance the forest still, but it goes down behind there, and it seems to be a chest and a bed, kind of like a living area, possibly for the druid that was there. Just a simple, not an actual bed, more like a
cot or something.
Yeah, like a cot.
Yeah, okay.
But there's a small wooden chest.
Ray, I don't know too much about the magic stuff. Can you take a look at this crystal? I'll slowly make my way.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about moving you guys or anything right
Okay.
now. It's you can take your time and get up there because you're way back there. It's going to take you a little minute to get there, and the whole time you can just still hear Gharr just but he doesn't seem to be able to actually do anything, and still the edges of this kind of
it's moving, right?
it is moving, but it's obviously too full to close.
Okay, we should probably get out of the middle of the bone pit.
Yeah, everybody get out of the middle.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You guys can all hop out of the middle of the bone pit, and with that, we'll swap back over to that scene. So yeah, everybody can get out of the bone pit. You can take your time. You can get up there, or you can go back to your family. There's a couple of things as you guys have calmed down and gotten out of combat. A couple of things to note that some of you would realize. Oseron, you don't really feel tied down or anything right now, and it maybe just like you just kind of like scratch your neck or something, but there doesn't seem to be a slit there anymore where it was disconnected any longer either. You just see you kind of got this feeling like something that was on your back is missing, some heavy weight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for now.
I'm gonna just make sure I retrieve both of my hand axes.
Yeah, you can go get your
before
hand
getting out
axes
of the pit.
and hand axe and maybe just in passing you may notice that the axe that you usually wear, you don't see the normal blood dripping from it anymore.
Can I do some sort of Arcana check on the crystal?
Yeah, you sure can.
Yeah, see if you know anything about what's going on there. Is it similar to what we saw in the vault?
You guys, well, go ahead. What'd you get?
20.
20? Okay. You, this is very, very similar to what you guys have seen before in flashbacks and such involving Muru Ball. It's a different colored crystal, but it looks a lot like the same thing.
Like sentient and
Like it's like there's something in there. And it's trapped, but maybe it's kind of leaked out into the world around it.
okay. I'll relay that to them.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can contain this crystal?
I would suggest not touching it.
Can we just not break it?
After saying that, Oseron, make a history check. I believe Nicholas mentioned something to you.
17.
You remember back to a conversation that you kind of had in passing with Nicholas when he was talking about Zedekiel and Mirabal himself, that when their spirits, they try to return to the original plane, but that plane doesn't exist right now. And so, like, hence Zedekiel latching on to hosts and Mirabal making a deal that there's a possibility that if this is crushed, then maybe it'll die, or maybe it won't.
But if we crush this crystal, won't whatever's inside get out? Because isn't that how Warball got away from Nicholas?
Yes and no. It's kind of like Zedekiel, you know. It doesn't have a place to go. If it doesn't have a place to go back to, then it dies. But if it does, it lives. But I'm not too sure with this one.
And
What if he tries to attack?
I don't know.
you hear that, and you can hear the crystal kind of like a low grumble laugh. Would you release me? Shatter these bonds.
Sexy.
20 Shades of Crystal.
Yeah, for real. Release you, so you're trapped in now. As I try to get one of those, like, ding, ding.
You touch it?
Yeah, like no, like no.
Oh, you don't?
No. I try to, like, just kind of poke at it, but not touch it. God no.
And you ask that, and it's silent. It doesn't say anything.
So what do you guys want to do? Break it? I mean, you go.
Could he just be trying to scare us?
I believe so.
Maybe he's afraid of his own death.
Could find out, brother.
I mean, to be honest, there's only two ways this can go. Either we break the crystal and some super overpowered demon comes out and destroys us all. Or we break the crystal and he dies. We got a 50-50 chance either way.
I agree.
Damn, am I recalling that correctly? There was a shattered crystal when we found Nicholas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like even it'll get a little confusing. I'm gonna try to iron it out just a little bit with your history check and everything. That, just from what has been explained to you guys so far, especially with the workings of the demons and such, that without a physical body, that they leave the plane. So his was shattered, but you also know that he's still within this plane because he's part of Nicholas.
Yeah.
But he's only just talked. You never experienced any of this yourself. Like if you crack it, will the spirit disappear, or will it latch out and grab a hold of you, or what'll happen? Will it turn into a big monster and you have to fight it? Who knows?
I kind of leaned down and looked at the crystal talking to it. I was like,
yeah.
I think the druid was the body that he needed to transfer if he was to get broken.
That's fine, but
Yeah, no offense to anyone here, but none of us are strong enough to have our being and a demon being of this nature inside of ourselves. Nicholas is able to have Mirabal, right? I'm pretty sure none of us would be able to. We wouldn't be a big enough host for this.
I just started looking at my brother like.
I'm pretty sure.
Aslan, you already got one, so it doesn't matter anyway.
That's true.
While they're talking, I'm gonna go check out the druid's chest and
Yeah, we'll go down there and peek at what she's
I'll-
got.
yeah, see what she's got going on.
All right, yeah, you can open up that, and this is full of several things. There is there's several potions. There's a necklace that has 6 little red balls on it, crossbow, and a kind of a floppy cloth hat, and there's also several gold pouches, and some of these look familiar, looks very familiar to your own pouch that you carry.
I start going through and looking through the pouches and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. You'll be collecting that.
Yeah.
How many potions were there?
We'll go through that after we guys
Okay.
gather
I'll,
all
just,
up and
I'll
are able to-
gather everything up and we'll take care of that later.
Um,
I'm gonna go down to where the druid was living.
Mhm.
Is there a journal or anything, any notes laying around?
Let's see. There is. There's a journal. Yep, you can find a small leather-bound journal, but it is written in a language that you may not know. Let's see. Let's look up my druid real quick. What languages do you know?
I know Common, Elvish, Sylvan, and Thieves' Cat.
Okay. No, cannot read this language.
I know Common, Orc, Infernal, and Celestial.
Nope. If you guys all take a look at it, does anybody have Druidic
Nope.
is listed? No, then you can't read it. But you can. There are a couple of drawings. There's one depiction of. It looks like a long-haired man, and there's daggers being stabbed into it, and like X on his face.
Oh, wow. Does he have like a mustache and angry eyes? This looks like.
Yeah, you can see some catfish drawn around,
Okay.
and she's got little love hearts around the catfish.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
It also took many, many years, and Nicholas had to accept Mirabel's body into his own body as well. So perhaps if we break this crystal, Gharr here won't be able to get into anyone unless they say yes. Maybe. I'm just guessing.
Bill, I
believe
I agree
Nicholas,
with that, but at the same time, Zedekiel, we didn't agree to anything. He just flashed
And
on.
Nicholas
Someone
is a
in
bit
your family
stronger.
line did though, right? Because Zedekiel is a genetic demon.
Genetic?
Like red hair.
It's passed down.
Family
Yeah.
trait. What? Kind of, yeah, but
The was in the DNA, baby.
speaking of which, yeah, let me ask. Zedekiel, if you know, yeah, no?
You don't get an answer.
What to ask? Zedekiel.
And you kind of hear it's almost, it doesn't sound the same. Like usually his voice has been very prominent. It's almost kind of like a whisper, but you can kind of hear like a distant and it's coming from quite far behind you.
He's scared of this demon.
I turn and look in that general direction. Or just
You look and you the only thing behind you in the direction that you look is Ruby, Haimo's wife and son, but you can kind of see a shadow kind of fade above Haimo's son.
what are you doing all the way over there?
You don't hear anything. And you visibly see that your son stiffens up and his eyes kind of get wide. And his arms kind of go out to the side a little bit, and then he just kind of slumps.
Ayo, the crystal, even without breaking it, it seems like it's been affecting people. maybe just its presence, like an aura around it, corrupts these beings, and if we just leave it, this may happen all over again.
It's true.
That's the point.
I did find this journal. Belle, did you say you ran into some druids?
Mhm.
Perhaps they can tell us what this says.
Oh yeah, there's other druids in the forest. We should definitely take it and take it to them.
So
Take the journal, put it in my pouch.
Yeah, if you
are
have
we
it.
trying to,
Sure.
are we trying to go see these druids before we decide what we're gonna do with this gem?
No. We shouldn't leave the gem as is.
I cast Mage Hand
Mhm.
and attempt to pick it up.
Okay, yeah, you pick it up, no problem.
Does he
Man.
react?
He hasn't said anything for a while. He just slow the beat of the light. You just kind of get the feeling that he's watching all of you.
Mhm.
Does anybody have a hammer?
Are you
A
gonna
real
try it?
hammer?
And I kind of
Oh,
move it.
yep.
I move it towards Acheron.
Oh boy, so we're gonna try to break it. So what do you want to do? Leave it here and just
No, we're taking it with us.
you
Yes.
want to take this thing with us?
We
Take the corrupted crystal with
What
us.
are we gonna do with it?
Well, who's gonna hold it?
Well, no one will hold it.
And how long will he hold it with Mage Hand? We can run into any problems on the way back out the forest, didn't we?
Now, what do you want to do?
We could put
Break
it
it.
in the bag of holding or in the
Oh,
the hole.
oh yeah, we could do that.
Put it in the hole.
Let's get You out wanna of here break it? first.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get out of here first.
You,
As you say, "Let's get out of here," you kind of hear the low laughter from the crystal again. You seem to thought that was funny.
I just don't think that. I feel like this crystal is the reason this whole forest is the way it is.
I agree, but what are we gonna do about it?
We might
We're
actually.
not gonna get out with it.
We don't have any information.
Yeah,
we
we
can
might
break
not.
it and then find out.
We might not be able to leave the forest until we deal with the crystal.
I agree with that.
Like we might not be able to physically leave. So
Well, I mean, if we're gonna try to leave, then we can try walking for however long we think it is, because this place is infinitely loot. And if that doesn't work, then we'll try to destroy it.
I mean, Hanno's right. You're right too, Bill. I mean, look what we're standing on. Us. Infinite loot to die.
but we didn't this time, so
That's true.
go team.
Does your bird friend know anything about it? I look at Kalinor. What is he doing?
He hasn't willingly spoke up. He seems to be
Pretty exhausted.
very tired, but he kind of like, if you like look towards him, he'll kind of like, he will still react. He's still conscious and listening. And did you ask him something?
Oh, I guess I'll ask his opinion. Like, should we destroy this thing?
And he sits for a while and just kind of thinks. I can think of no other way to get out of here. I'm too weak to free us from his bonds now.
I think we have our answer.
Yep.
We got the answer. Now, how do we do it?
That's a good question.
I start walking with it toward the exit we came through.
Okay, yeah, you can start heading back toward the path.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then nothing seems to be stopping you, or you're free to walk across. It takes you a little bit because you're still affected by what's happening, but it doesn't seem to get any worse. But there's nothing jumping out. No tentacles are reaching from the ground to grab you or anything.
Okay. I get to where Ruby is.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And Ruby and the family kind of step back away from you when you approach.
I don't blame them. And I'll exit.
Okay, you start walking.
Mhm.
Okay,
I'm following.
you going with him?
Maybe we should take a short rest. That was rather taxing.
True.
Unless you would.
Let's get out of the mouth first. Yeah, let's get out of the bone pile first. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk
Yeah,
up to
we're
my
gonna-
family and check
yeah.
on them.
Yeah,
I want to walk with Jaimo as he walks towards his family.
Yeah. Okay. You go up to them and they seem fine. Nothing looks weird to you.
I just turned to his son and say, "Excuse me, how you feeling? What's his name again?
Dale.
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 Dale. Oh, how you feeling, Dale?"
And he kind of like looks at you and he's like, "Well, that was pretty amazing, but I'm okay."
I wanna. Is my sword shiny enough to cast a reflection or a piece of my armor or anything?
Yeah, your sword is shining enough. You can catch like kind of a broken dim reflection in it. It's not like mirrored or anything. But
Okay. I'm about to see something, Dale. I'm gonna put my sword right here, and you tell me exactly what you see. And I just put the sword down. Just
yeah, he kind of looks at it and
tell me exactly what you see.
there's just kind of like I can see my shadow in it, and like again, it's not mirrored, so it's just kind of like this, kind of like you're kind of looking into like a blurry can. You can kind of see. There's no real color coming through it or anything.
Yeah,
You're just kind of, and he's like, he kind of looks over his shoulder. He kind of like moves. I don't know. It's just a weird, like, I guess it's me.
Shadow, yeah.
Yeah, but without even out insight, he did like kind of like look around for a minute, like something's odd. But just from the kind of the reflection he's getting, there's nothing, he doesn't see anything that makes him freak out.
All right, Dale. Just one thing. If your shadow tries to talk to you or anything, just let me know. All right. I've had my shadow talk to me too. You never know.
And they both, the mom and him, both kind of give you this weird look.
And I did do like, that's around this. You okay?
Let's just come back over the ring. Jaimo. I think Zedekiel's attached to him. He's not on me, but your son. You can't see it, but I can.
You talking about the demon that was attached to you?
Yes.
No.
I don't know how. I don't know when, but he's there.
And as you say that, actually, Kalinor will kind of fluff a little bit, be like, I decursed all the curses that were here. It could have been that you were cursed and it passed on to someone else.
Is there any way to pass it back?
I can't now.
When? When will you be able to?
He just kind of like gives you like a wing shrug. Like, I just need to rest. But if I push myself any harder, then I'll be of no use to anyone.
The moment you get enough strength, let me know.
And he kind of agrees.
All right, and I'll continue walking.
Yeah. So you guys are all heading out?
Yep.
You guys are heading back down in the direction? Okay.
I'm going to talk to the merman guy, the fish guy.
Yeah, want to talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
What was his name?
Good, dead.
Paris Roncoat.
Yeah, priest.
Okay.
Paris.
You guys, you head back out in the southern direction, away from this kind of arena you guys were in, and the fog is still heavy in the air, and you're walking across in the riverbed that has the cobblestone bottom after the water drained. And you guys walk. And you walk. And you walk.
I stop. Do we see priests?
You see
Or
the fog in the
anything?
woods.
Gharr, you're not gonna let us out, are you?
And you kind of hear the low laugh again. I'll have my meal yet.
Are we ready to smash this thing?
I am
We're
so
gonna,
ready.
yeah, we're gonna fucking kill this thing.
Now you ready?
I nod at Gharr and I just kind of hold it up at like a 3-foot level.
It's a little chilly in here, isn't it? Or it's a little warm. Maybe it needs to cool off.
Yeah. Oh boy, so I'm gonna be the one to smash on it.
You got more stuff?
I got 25.
Well, I mean,
All right, guess I'm smashing. I
I
got it.
So
All
what-
right, I'm gonna attempt to.
So what are you
Wait,
doing?
what's
You,
your plan?
I'm gonna reach into the shared bag and pull out 2 potions and attach them to my belt.
Alright, do you guys have potions left in there?
Yeah, there's like 10.
Okay.
10. Yeah, I'm gonna do that myself.
Everybody's getting ready.
yeah, that actually sounds like a plan.
I'm gonna grab 2.
So there was 10 altogether. I'm gonna use 2, so that leaves 8. So
I'm taking 2.
6,
I'm gonna take 2.
4,
I'm taking 2.
2 left.
How much did those heal for?
I'm just not gonna get
1d4
hit.
plus 3.
Yeah, they're very
Basic.
watered down
Yeah, they were
potions.
just. All right, Raynor.
What are you planning to do exactly?
Well, we can absolutely do nothing and wander around here till we.
No,
die.
I mean we're obviously trying to break it, but what are you planning to do specifically?
Cut it.
I
Smash
feel
it.
like that will make direct contact.
With the
The
sword.
the contact will go from the crystal through the sword to your hands holding the sword. I don't think you can break it in a way
And
that'll be
you
touching
can hear
it.
like a low laughter from the crystal again. You would set me free upon this world.
If we set you free upon this world, we take you down to. You know?
You will all be my disciples, my chosen ones.
I refuse.
I don't think I will. I like my Kool-Aid nice and pure. All right.
Callum, how you feeling right now?
And he's just still kind of sitting there, and he's kind of very weak.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send it out 15 feet, put it in the ground.
Yeah, you put it on the ground.
Mhm.
And as you put it on the ground, you can kind of like see just kind of like the same black or the kind of reddish black tendrils that went up your arm kind of just go over the ground a little bit. They don't like vein out or anything, but just you can see that
I think it's
it
tainting
touched
the
and
earth
it
that it's
kind of
on.
taints the earth.
You can back up.
Okay, and as you do, it kind of just sizzles on the ground there and dries up slowly.
How far does Mage Hand go?
I think you got 30 feet.
30 feet.
Okay, me and Kalinor are gonna step way back.
Yep. That's fine.
You want to take a little rest first? Kind of
I
recover a
don't
little
think
bit
we
before
even
this
have
goes
to.
down.
To be
Callum sounds a
honest,
little tired.
looking at the ground when we set it
Kalinor's
down,
pretty tired. I think everybody else is pretty tired.
As you guys are having that discussion, you hear in the distance heavy footsteps. It sounds like plated metal stepping on the ground.
I
No
just-
rest for us.
I don't think we can make direct contact. I think if we contact, then you'll get corrupted.
Something's coming.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I grab my axes and I.
Yeah,
I just
I'm
kinda
at the
stand
ready. I believe
The,
so, Bill. But
In the distance,
I'm gonna make a perception check, see if I can see what it is.
from the south, you can hear the sound. It's pretty loud. All you can hear it, but you start to notice that the fog is getting darker in that area. It's almost like a shadow.
Can I make out anything that identifying?
You give me the perception check that you made. We'll see what you can see from here.
21.
21. Okay, you can see there's a before any figure or anything's made out, you can see kind of an orange light. It seems to be kind of like along to the side.
Like a fire, maybe?
Mhm.
No, okay. Okay, yeah.
look,
Let's do this.
All right, Bill. I believe you, but if it comes to that, do what you have to do.
You can now see that there is a very large, and it's still far in the distance, but a very large, looks like knight in black armor is walking towards you.
Of course it does.
you gotta be fucking shitting me,
Of course it does.
pussy.
God, why? God, God.
Oh
my God.
It's about 150.
Well, I've noticed with my passive perception yet.
At this point, everybody can see. He's about 150 feet away, but he's coming through the fog now where you guys can see him. And he's, at this distance, you can plainly see who it is. And it is definitely Owen. And he's just walking in stride not slowing down at all, directly towards all of you, sword in hand.
Throw Gharr at the. No, don't throw Gharr at that motherfucker.
A super corrupt Owen. That sounds good.
You know, it doesn't sound bad, but I'm about to break this thing because I'd rather just deal with it.
And,
deal with something else than
Yeah,
Owen.
we deal with
As
both.
he's coming to view, Ruby has jumped to the front and she looks ready. She hasn't done anything to help you guys out yet, but she's up there right now, standing
go-
between you and him.
Run to my family.
I'm finna smash this crystal. I'm ready. I'm just forget it.
Whatever we're doing, we gotta.
I'd rather
do it
deal
now.
what comes out of the crystal than Owen getting the crystal.
I move over with Homo.
Okay.
All right.
I kind of stand to
So
the front and just
I hold it out and turn with Kalinor away from it.
all right. Just roll to hit it.
Yeah. All right.
God. So
Roll a hit.
Oh, man.
I hope I don't. So like, oh man, ooh, that was pretty. 23.
23. All right. You swing and roll damage.
Roll them down my knees.
7, 9, 10, 14. 14.
14 damage. You hit it. It doesn't crush the crystal, but you definitely see it crack.
Yeah.
And he can hear Gharr. He's still kind of spouting the same thing. He's like, ha, free me, but you can kind of hear a hint of worry in his voice.
Second attack.
All right, hit it.
Oh man. 15.
Okay, yeah, hits.
All right. 15, 13, 14, 17.
17. All right. The second strike, you hit it, and it shatters. And you can hear as it does, and the blade's coming, that Gharr has completely changed his tone to an angry no as it shatters. And as like this red large crystal just kind of shatters, you can see this bright swirling light inside, and little particles that kind of come out. And then everything just kind of goes quiet, and they all suck back in violently, and like you guys feel the suction too. And then it explodes out. No damage, but it's definitely, it's not a physical pain you feel, but like your nerves, and like you're not burning or anything, but you feel like you're burning, but mostly in your mind as you just hear this loud voice, and everything goes black. Everybody make a wisdom saving throw. All right, sorry, Heath, what'd you get?
16.
16. Make a note here.
Do I get to add my bonus to this or not?
You are the only one that gets it.
Okay.
Mary, what'd you get?
10.
Okay.
15.
15.
I got 19.
Okay. What'd you get?
21.
21. All right. Dane, what'd you get?
16.
Okay. Man, y'all's wisdom sucks.
I got close 0.
So you said 16? All right. Oh, boy.
Boy, we got Dev Knight walking towards
Something's
us.
happening. Something's happening as this like concentrated evil and corruption spew out. Oh boy. Everybody roll a D100. So
Oh my god.
Cool.
What's the
We should have just broke his
Should I roll a D100? You roll a D100.
Owen wasn't
A
around.
D10 and a D100.
74.
all right, so Dane, you got 74. Y'all show Mary how to do it.
No, you roll the one with zeros on it, and then you roll.
Yep, yep, that's it. If you get 2 zeros, it's 100.
Yeah.
9.
9. All right, I'm gonna get 9.
69.
You said double zero.
56.
57.
Still close.
So what, Mary? What'd you get?
56.
56. Heath, what'd you get?
57.
57. Matt,
69.
69. And Terrence, what'd you get?
50.
50.
50.
All right.
Smack bang in the middle.
Well, let me tell you what you guys got, because there is going to be a bit of madness added to the effects of this explosion as you're all going to have different experiences. Heath, everything goes black, and you kind of feel yourself just kind of free falling a little bit, like it feels like you're just kind of floating in a void, and you kind of straighten up and look around, and you can see there's people. And your vision blurs, but then as it clears, you can see Skron, Hymo, Oseron. You can see everybody laying around you, and they all seem to be dead. And you can see in the distance, Nicholas is kind of looking at you and says, "Why couldn't you save him?" You got a weird one that goes with that, but you're like just consumed with rage and anger, and make 1d10
Does
roll.
my weapon override that? No. Okay.
Now make 1d10.
1d10.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to high school.
4.
4. All right.
Rage.
For the next 4 minutes, you got to use your action to attack the nearest creature.
Oh. Sorry, I'm
Mary.
Yes.
Awesome.
Your man is family.
Oh, Mary. Roll a d10.
5.
5. Okay. You're kind of taken back. You in the same sense. You just kind of blink, and you seem to be standing out in the vineyard, and everyone is loading into a carriage, and Nicholas is holding your finger, and he's holding the ring, your old ring, on your finger, and he says, "This may hurt a little bit," and he rips it out of your hand. And you can feel pain just splitting through your spine and the base of your skull. You got again, the character is blinded and deafened.
Jesus
So you are deaf and halfway blind for I'll tell you when it's done.
For those of you who haven't been following, I've been blind in one eye and deaf in one ear for the past 50 hours
So now
in game.
She is
You
deaf.
are-
So now I'm completely
You're
deaf.
completely deaf, and your one good eye is kind of hazy now.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's such a
Matt. 69, huh? Okay. You find yourself kind of sitting in this room. Seems to be your old room back at Nicholas's manor. Not Nicholas, excuse me, Nathan's. And an owl is kind of looking at you through the window, but it's much larger than normal. And as you notice it, it kind of screeches and shatters through the window and flies in. And roll D10.
Oh, wow.
3. Well, it's not too bad. For the next 3 minutes, you're going to experience vivid hallucinations. And if you have to make any ability checks, you got disadvantage. But vivid hallucinations. Remember what you guys got, because I'm going to expect you to play this out. Terrence.
yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Again.
You have a dream that you're on a date with Vanessa,
Oh, sweet. This is good already.
and you're walking down the street, and then you see in the distance Leopold, and he holds his hand out, and Vanessa just kind of leaves you and like slowly rushes towards him. You find yourself chasing after, but you can't move, and then you start to try to talk, and you're just like, and roll D10.
9.
All right, for the next 9 minutes, you are incapable of normal speech or spellcasting, and you babble.
Oh, shit.
No.
Do your smites use verbal?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Hymo.
You're going to have to knock me out.
Hymo, you see yourself standing over a grave with a skeleton laying over the top of it with a necklace around the neck, and you're overcome with grief and fear, and you fall down to your knees and crying. You feel powerless that you weren't able to save your family. And the skeleton that lays over the stone suddenly reaches out and digs its bony fingers into your shoulder, and you hear like this growly voice, like, "Why didn't you save us?" And then another hand reaches from the grave, and you recognize your wife's wedding ring as it comes to your face. Roll D10.
Shit. Let's go. 4.
For the next 4 minutes, you are paralyzed with fear, and you cannot move or do anything. Dane.
And he's one closest to you, right?
Yeah, I'm closer to him.
74, you're rich, bitch.
Roll D10.
Get all the money.
5.
Okay. You have a dream, and you dream of. It starts out with you slaying your father in the arena, and then it flashes to Zarini angered at you and throwing a knife at you, and then another of her trying to escape from you, and every mistake that you've made in your life making you feel worthless, and like every decision you've made is the wrong decision. What'd you roll?
5.
5. For the next 5 minutes, you will do anything anyone asks you to do.
Okay.
And I kind of did this in reverse. I meant to do this first, but as you guys kind of go into this dream, it starts to feel like every lifetime that you guys have lived in this woods over and over again, countless times, is being jammed into your brain all at once, and it leads you to this cracking point that has led to your madness. You remember Gharr consuming each of you separately and ripping you to pieces with his tentacles, and even the masked shadow men that followed you into the woods, catching some of you when you're alone and stabbing you in the back. Just pretty much every conceivable option has happened to you during the short time you've been in the woods. It's all kind of jammed into your mind. And then you come to. You are, as you come to and you look around, you see that you are in Little Fort. And above all of you, laying there, as you look, and you kind of like see a couple of familiar buildings, you see a large knight in black armor, no sword, but kind of turn and step through kind of this black, inky hole in reality, and it kind of disappears behind him. And you can hear a rumble in the distance, but you can't quite make out what it is. And the townspeople are beginning to gather around. It's yours.
Who's closest?
Well, your friends are. None of the town members have gotten close enough.
What was your...
Terrence is right beside you.
No. Shit. All right.
All right.
Good. All right.
Okay.
So Terrence, you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it this way since he's got the aggro right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dane, you wake up. You know, you hear the rumble, and you see what looks to be Owen kind of step through, and you can look around and see everyone. Haimo's family, even Ruby, is all around you. How do you feel?
Confused. Very confused, very shocked, and at the sight of Owen, I'm sure Skrine's just very defensive, almost. When I see Owen, and I can see everyone else too, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Everyone's kind of waking up at the same time, but just for the sake of it, we're going kind of in turns ish.
I'll just kind of look and I'll just say out loud, Owen, why are you here?
And he continues to step through. And you start to feel kind of this feeling that you let everybody down, and that your friends may be hurt and they may be dying because of you.
I'll just kind of sulk.
Yeah,
myself a
begin
little.
to tear and cry a bit. Haimo, you wake up and you see this figure walking away through this shadow, and you just feel this like piercing fear, and you replay the dream that you had again, and all the countless times that you felt death, and you're going to be unable to do anything. But what does Haimo? How does he react to petrifying fear?
It's a new feeling to him because he ain't never scared until now. But he doesn't really know how to take it. I mean, it's so bad to the point like he just can't move. He can't do anything.
So you
like,
say when you say he kind of just wakes up and just kind of just lays there and doesn't move,
just
his
wide
eyes
eyed.
just wide eyed.
Yeah, wide-eyed. He wanted to like just back away from Owen,
Yeah.
but he couldn't even bring himself to do that.
Okay. Terrence, yeah, you wake up and you may wake up just slightly before the others do, and you can see like Owen putting Ruby on the ground, and he stands up and he looks over at you. You can almost feel like a mocking smirk under his mask as his red eyes gaze at you.
When he does that, pull my sword out.
Mhm.
I point at him.
Well, how do you pull your sword out? How do you pull your sword out?
Oh no!
So you jump up and go. What do you say?
I jump and go. I try to say what I was trying to say, but
What does your babble sound like?
Oh no.
So I just have the sword and it doesn't have ice damage.
And he turns and walks away.
Owen.
Raynor, what was it? What I gave you again? It was the
Hallucination.
hallucinations, right? So you wake up, and it starts right away. Owen is there, and he's walking away. But what does Raynor see?
He is immediately afraid. Of course, he saw owls in his vision, which is his deadly fear.
Right.
And every time he looks at someone's face, he sees another face of an owl,
Mm.
and he's freaking out. He's kind of just covering around. He's covering his head. He pushes Kalendar off of him.
Yeah, and he kind of flops on the ground.
I'm crawling away and like huddling like into a ball.
Yeah.
Just scared. And,
Okay.
like, just looking around.
Mary, your eyes pop open, and it's like
Everything's
Like,
just kind of hazy.
yeah, you can't it's kind of like on the side here, like you have no peripheral vision at all. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like you got one eye looking forward, and you can hear something, but it's just this high pitched ring.
Yeah. Like a bomb's just gone off.
Yeah, and you can look around and see, you can see everyone, and Owen turns and walks away. How does what would your reaction be when you wake up and you just hear a ring and you can barely see anything?
You should probably look around and see if everyone else is okay first.
Yeah, you gotta turn
Like-
around and like maybe you
Bill's first
try to
reaction would be
speak and like try to talk. You don't even hear like the in your ears or anything. It's just like there's just nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe you kind of like grab your throat and yell a little bit.
Yeah. Start yelling, grabbing for people.
Hey, it is your turn, and you wake up, and again you see Owen step through, and this kind of blackness slowly, it doesn't spin, it just kind of lightens up and disappears behind him. But you were filled with rage and anger, and it's blinding.
All right. Tunnel vision to the nearest target then.
Okay, it was you see Oseron is standing there, and he's kind of just going blah, 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 blah. It just pisses you off so bad.
Attack, is he surprised?
He is.
That's auto crit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, it's advantage because he hasn't taken a turn.
Mhm.
29.
Yep. You didn't stealth attack me, did you?
Oh, it's surprise. He gets a lot of extra stuff.
Oh.
But you know.
26
Mhm.
times 2 would be
52.
52.
I'm out.
52 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the next target?
Terrence falls. You like Ao runs up and sticks you deep in the back, and you're not even sure what happened, but your world just goes blank. Roll initiative against me real quick.
Oh, me or
No, it's Tim. As the rest of you see this happen.
29.
None. Okay. Scryne is the next closest to you.
Hopefully you saw that, right?
Oh yeah. You definitely. You're tearing up, and Ao jumps and stabs your brother quickly. You can see like the rage and like his teeth are grit, and you have the feeling like if only you were strong enough to do something, maybe you could have saved your brother. But you have the opportunity to do something. What do you do? Well, not what do you do. What would you do? It's okay. Don't metagame. Just role play it out.
I'll just yell, Ayo, what? Wait, Ayo, why? Stop!
This is your fault too.
And roll your initiative.
Shit.
Good.
All
Good
right.
roll.
He yells out to you, and it pisses you off even more. And there he is.
All right. And charge him. Take a stab.
All right.
He hasn't gone.
Nope. He hasn't gone yet.
Okay. 21. Wait. 28.
It hits.
Okay.
I was just saying, I can't be crit anyway, so I think you
Okay.
hit me either way.
Okay.
No, he's gonna hit you, but you know.
You calm down. You know. Golden sleep.
22.
22 damage?
Yeah.
Golden sleep.
All right. How you feeling over there?
I'm out.
Shit.
You're out. You fall?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
what y'all expect?
Yeah, we can
That
have
rest
some-
sounded real good. Oh, just for a rest. Get back on to that. Get one right now.
We should have threw Gharr outside and put up a
After
tiny
Scryne falls,
Oh God, who's next?
you look to your left and you see a surprised Belle standing there, and she just seems to like. Maybe you're not too sure what you're seeing right now. I don't know, but it's okay.
Completely.
Don't worry, guys.
It's like we wake up in the morning
Kalinor,
and sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the ground where you pushed him down, he kind of hops up to his feet and he sees what's happening. And you have to tell me how you see this, but he turns to you and says, "Protect me." And another kind of flash of light emits from him. And all of you kind of feel like, even you in your rage, feel like a peaceful, you just feel at peace. And all of you lose conscious again. Don't make a death save. It's okay.
Okay, good.
Welcome to the cutscene.
Where's X? to continue.
Oh man, but it's a little early. But right there, we'll go take a little break.
Oh, boy.
So don't go anywhere. We'll see you. We'll see what happens after everybody wakes up. Yeah, and this is Charisma Plus. Woo! Woo!
Killing each other.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
During the break, Bump spilt a whole package of nerds all over the floor.
Entire pack.
Congratulations.
He's
The
so
whole
sad.
box.
What a nerd.
What
Well, welcome back. Before we took the break, the party was afflicted by a madness as Tom seemed to flatten back out in the corrupted woods after you guys shattered the crystal that Gharr inhabited. The Black Knight, Owen, showed up. You guys lost consciousness as you broke the crystal, woke up back in town, and each had your own afflictions. But as things were spiraling out of control, Kalinor seemed to use the last of his energy, and everyone lost consciousness. And everybody get a full rest, so you can heal back up. Your short-term madness is gone. And as you're sleeping, you all sleep the same amount of time. There's no short rests on this. No character-specific stuff. You guys all sleep until undetermined amount of time. And as you begin to wake up, you just kind of have like it seems like a dream, but it's almost like a memory of like a familiar voice, Gharr's voice in your head, and you hear it say, "Morubal, I waited for you," and it just kind of fades off.
Fanboy.
You signed this. Sound like someone had a crush too.
And you guys wake up. You guys all wake up. You guys are.
Where do we wake up?
You look to be in a familiar surroundings. You notice the rooms that you guys have stayed in the inn. You and Ao and Raynor. Sorry, I'm having a hard night with Raynor tonight. I don't know what it is. You guys are in an unfamiliar room because you guys haven't stayed in the inn yet. But there's a simple bed. Raynor, you're on the bed. Ao, they seem to have made like a little cot for you on the floor.
Oh, how nice.
And Belle, you wake up in the room and Ruby is sitting in the chair nearby, and you still have the same ringing in your ears. Oseron, you wake up. In the same room as you had earlier. Haimo, you as well. You wake up and your family's there in the room with you. And Scrine, you wake up and you're fully healed. You've been de-armored. You're in normal clothes, and you can see the sun outside. It seems to be early morning.
Do we remember what happened?
Oh yeah.
Immediately over the ring, I asked if is everybody okay?
What happened?
Because this is telepathic, I can hear it, right?
You can hear this, and you guys do remember everything that's happened. But the whole like time in the woods, it's kind of confusing how it all worked out because it's all just kind of became like a big mush. You can't remember everything that happened. You just remember bits and pieces, kind of like flashes. But you guys do remember the part of Gharr and defeating him. And then after that, it got hazy. But like again, you still remember like the way you felt, the hallucinations, the rage, the helplessness, the fear.
Did it feel like a dream, or did it feel like it really happened? As far as
The wood parts feels more like a dream than anything because there's so much crammed together.
Yeah.
But the before, like when you came back to the village, that feels very vivid, like it just happened.
Scrying, Oseron, are you okay?
Because I feel when he stabbed me. Yeah, I think so. What? Oh shit.
Yes, I think so. It's a little blurry, but
Yeah, I can't make sense of it, but yeah, I'm fine.
Does anyone know how we got here? Did the owl people take us here?
Will we remember the Owen part?
What was Owen doing there?
I think he saved us.
I laugh.
We didn't have anyone to fight.
Yes, it does seem like you saved us.
Are you?
So y'all didn't see the owl people?
What is owl
No.
people? I saw the owl that was on your shoulder.
I look around for Kalinor.
No, he's not there.
We got a telepathic link, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of works the same way. Usually, it was more like he opened it to you. Like you can try to do the same thing, but you can't really find it anywhere. Much like when someone is unconscious or something from the ring.
I
It's just kind of a. You can kind of feel for the same feeling, maybe latch onto him, but there's nothing there.
I immediately jump out of bed and hit the door.
Okay, where you heading?
Look around, see if there's stairs so I can head down them.
Hey, you got that? You do go up the stairs to get these rooms, so you can go down. And there is a large woman that's kind of. She has a large jar of pickles, and she kind of like stops running the stairs, and she's just kind of like raising her eyebrow and like,
Shut up, and I keep going.
All right, you run out.
I don't know where I am, do I?
No, you have no idea. Yeah, he just got up
We
and
were
ran
in
out.
the same room,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I run out the door, kind of chase after him a little bit.
Okay, yeah, you both go out the door.
Where's everybody at?
In the
I'm
end,
in my room that I stayed in at the end, at Little Fort.
I'm in my room. Where are you at?
I don't know.
Can you leave that place?
Yeah, I'm not trapped. I'm just. I've never seen this before.
Then walk out.
Okay.
Very concerned over there.
I look for a window. Is there a window?
Yeah, there's a window. There's a
Yeah,
single
I'll look
window.
out, do I recognize anything?
You look out, and yeah, you see that you're in Little Fort. You're kind of looking over the town center.
Okay.
You can see the dry fountain in the middle.
Okay. All right.
And actually when you look out, you're just kind of you're not looking for anything specific, but make a perception check anyway for me.
Uh, 28.
28. Yeah, you look out and you're like looking for identifying anything, and you see the town, and you're looking around, but there's something that catches your eye as you kind of look up, and then yeah, from your time in this town, you would know the direction that you guys went in the woods. You can see that there's a very like large, it almost looks like a mountain in the distance. Like it's pretty huge, but as you look at it, you can see it kind of has this gray color to it as it kind of just peaks up in the distance.
I assume on the way in I would have seen this before.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't there before.
Okay. Guys, did you see that mountain the other day when you were coming in? Maybe I didn't notice it.
There's a mountain?
What mountain?
And I guess to better explain it, it's not like a huge, gigantic mountain.
Okay.
But we'll say like a really big hill that goes up, like probably
It's something that stands
there's like
out,
the
right?
treetops, then it goes up and then up more. So it's about like that high above the treetops, just kind of peaked up out there. But you can see it from your room and above the town.
I don't recall it.
Did you see anything overlooking the town?
No,
I don't
there was
remember
just the-
that.
Just the forest.
This is Heimo's town. He would know more than anybody else.
I don't want to be alone in my room. Let's meet up somewhere. Talk in person.
And Ruby just kind of sits in there. She just kind of looks at you as you. She knows. She can tell like the way you're looking that you're talking to the ring, but she just kind of waves.
I kind of look at Dale and Kylan and I'm like, do you guys remember there being a big hill where the forest was?
And I should point out, actually, as you're looking at your family, your wife looks more or less the same, but your son, being as young as he was, he looks like he's a grown man, like 10 years older than the last time you've seen him.
Our age then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And but he's still wearing the same clothes he had on. They're just obviously tighter on him as he's grown, and he's just kind of sitting cross-legged on the floor, and you can see his pants are kind of flooding up to his. Like he's wearing capris right now.
You just kind of look at him like,
Fashionable.
your clothes getting a little small, son.
Yeah, like I grew a lot overnight.
I mean, they do say that there's growth spurts. I guess you get the super one.
He kind of like laughs at himself, and
Um,
the wife is like, it's okay. We're going to go get him some clothes today.
I was about to say, yeah, here, take this, and I give him like 200 gold
All right, I'll mark it off.
Wow.
to go get clothes for both of them and
Yeah,
whatever they need.
we'll add that to her gold and take it away from yours.
Yeah. And then tell them that I'm going to meet up with the rest of everybody. Well, yeah, tell them I'm going to meet over there.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess I'll make my way downstairs and out to the town square.
Well, where were you heading when you run out in a panic?
Just ran straight forward.
Yeah, just ran out.
Mhm.
Okay, you like ran to the town square, and and then of course people are like kind of looking, and they it's not quite the oh, that's kind of weird kind of look. They're like, oh, like they have like this realization in your face, like that guy again, and they kind of like start moving away.
I haven't met anybody. I don't think I have met anybody in this town.
Yeah, well, from the events that happened previously, maybe they're just kind of freaked out about these people.
I'm not freaking out anymore. I'm gonna cast fly and jump up.
Yeah. All right, and you just you ascend 60 feet into the air.
I'm looking for Kalinor.
You looking for Kalinor?
Mhm.
Make a perception check.
17.
17. You do not see Kalinor anywhere. You do see that the town is kind of returning to normal. At the height you are, you can, as you're looking around, you can see in the distance kind of the smoke of the forest fire that was raging on, but it seems to not be flaming anymore. And there's actually several guards back in town again. And of course, the thing that catches your eye is kind of this large hill in the distance. The sun's kind of rising, and it's just kind of like around the edge of it, and it casts a shadow over the town a bit. And you can't quite tell if it's dirt or what it is, but it's got this gray color.
Yeah, I've heard the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do y'all want to meet in town square? I'm
I'm
on my way.
on my way. Where's my army?
All your items are in your rooms with you.
All right.
Like if you want to get dressed up.
Yeah.
You guys ran out without your stuff.
Oh shit!
You're kind of just like in
Got
this,
my pants.
you're kind of like in this long, you're like in this long sleeping t-shirt.
right there. Yeah.
You're in the
I'll go get my stuff. I have nothing, I guess.
yeah. No, you got this long sleeping t-shirt, but like your tail kind of holds at the back end of it, and I mean you got like a lizard butt, so nobody can really see anything anyway.
Who got us all naked? Big
Oh.
Bertha undressed everyone.
How you think she got all those pickles? Okay. Hey, yo, grab my stuff. All right, I guess I see this
Yeah,
packing going on.
Hey, you guys want to meet up in the middle of town?
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
back and grabbed mine and put it on.
All right, yeah, everybody can grab their stuff up. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can meet up.
I'm heading on down now.
meet
Belle
up in town.
starts, like, she gets out of bed and starts walking through and notices that she can't hear her footprints or
Her footsteps.
Footsteps.
Yeah, and then Ruby has like you can see her like mouthing at you, like she's trying to speak
Yeah.
to you, but you don't hear anything, and she just kind of looks at you,
I just get worried, I guess.
and she like kind of like grabs your face and like kind of turns it to the side, and like you can like see that she's like kind of like looking at your ears, and she kind of like you don't hear anything. You just like kind of feel her hot breath in your face. It's kind of she's like yelling at your face, and she just kind of
Like iron.
she just looks kind of sad. And yeah, so you guys can all head down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys will get meet at the town center, and there you all are. Ruby will actually walk up, and she'll walk up to you, and she'll kind of hold.
Floating there.
Yeah, did you come back down? Actually,
Mhm.
yeah, she comes up to you, and she holds out this little, looks kind of like a marble little owl figurine, and she hands it to you. Like that, Kalinor. He used a spell and turned into this.
Why? Did he? What happened?
I don't think it was voluntary. I think he just used up too much of his energy, and that's what's left.
How am I still here then? What is this?
She just kind of shrugs. But you can feel that it feels like you kind of get the same feeling you get from like magical items. Like you can tell there's something to it, but it's not a talking owl right now.
I'll just continue to hold it and look at it.
And she'll just kind of be quiet and just kind of step back out of the circle and just watch you guys again.
Ruby, how long have we been here?
No, it's just since yesterday. when we got out of the forest. I took you guys into the inn. And then that thing, and she points out to the big, large mound. Shortly after, and she kind of like looks to the side. Owen brought us out, grew from the ground. It's bones. She goes quiet again.
Bones of wood.
Wait, she's saying this out loud?
Yeah, Belle doesn't hear anything. You can just see like Ruby's like she seems timidly kind of talking to everyone, but
yeah,
you know, and she points to the large gray mound in the distance. And as she says, "His bones." If you like kind of squint real hard, you can kind of see like that it is made up of a bunch of small. At this distance, it looks like tiny pebbles, but you can't really make out that they're skulls and bones and other things like that.
I don't even know if I can see it at all.
Well, I went back out, and the woods seem okay, and the place where Gharr was, there's just that. I think he spit you guys back up. And she kind of like makes. It seems like she kind of tries to make a joke.
I told her funny.
That was really good, Ruby. Ruby, how long were we in there? Do you know?
In the forest?
Yeah.
It just seemed like a day, maybe.
Have you talked to anyone?
No. I made people came to ask, but I sent them away.
Is there anyone we can talk to? I'm sure you got friends here, right?
Yeah. How far were you away from the inn? We're just right outside.
Oh yeah. The end's like right there. You guys are in the center of town. Everything except for like the bookstore is right here.
I don't know anybody, so
Yeah. I walk into the inn.
You go back to the inn?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and Bertha's behind the counter. She's got a pickle, and she kind of like eyes you when you come in, and then she kind of like turns away like she's angry at you. She kind of huffs.
Bertha. Baby.
Oh my god.
God.
And she kind of like raises an eyebrow and like turns an eye back to you when you say that. Like, so yeah, it seems you can see her like kind of perk up, like you got her attention.
It's been so long since I've seen you. How long was I gone? Since I seen you last.
Yesterday? Well, I guess 2 days since you took the bath, and she kind of like pulls out this jar of like half, like the bottom half filled with water. And she kind of like opens it and sniffs it.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten.
You haven't forgotten. That's good.
Yeah, she has this jar of your bath water.
Oh my God.
Seems like she's drinking most of it.
All right, so baby, we've been gone.
Oh,
She puts it back behind the counter.
I just turned my head. So we haven't seen each other in 2 days.
Yeah. I missed you.
Yep. Yep. How did it fit? Yep. 1 minute, I'll be right back. Beautiful.
And she kind of blushes a little bit and like has her wooden spoon and puts it against her mouth.
I walk out and like, okay. It seems from reliable sources, AO, that we've been gone for 2 days.
Yeah, just from that, it seems like you guys left for the woods 2 days ago and you're back. A normal amount of time seems to have passed.
so we went into the forest to fix the pillar. Did we fix it?
I don't remember seeing the pillar.
I look around. Is my horse nearby, or is it still probably where I left it?
It's not where you left it. It's been 2 days, but you can see that someone has stabled it.
Okay.
Someone saw this horse sitting there and took it and took it into the stable.
Mm-hmm.
And Penelope, you guys' cart's still over there at the stables too.
Penelope.
How far away is this mound?
Let's see. How far of travel was it again? Let me think. It was like 30 minutes out of town on the carriage to get to the edge of the woods. So on foot, it'll probably take you guys.
Oh yeah, our horse was not in town. It was at what's his name's house.
Oh
in the
yeah,
edge of
you
the
guys left
woods.
it there. Yeah, so Penelope's not there.
Yeah.
So I guess it's
The horses are still where we left them. Probably.
yeah. Those should still be there. So
Hopefully.
you think on foot it'll probably take an hour to walk there. So this may be a little bit further away than I first. It's not like right beside. I mean, it's a pretty big mound though, so you guys can't quite make out. Yeah, there's like a gray blob from here where you guys are. But yeah, because when you guys get to the woods, you guys got to the thing, and then he said it was 30 minutes away from there. So yeah, it's about an hour.
So yeah.
Whilst Azeron went inside, Belle goes up to Ao and puts her hand on his shoulder and through the ring says, I can't hear anything.
I snap on both sides of her head.
Ooh. She does not react.
Oh boy. Is it worse than last time?
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, and you also notice that when she looks at you, she kind of like looks directly at you and doesn't like
Right.
look at you from the side.
And I'm pretty sure my eyesight's gotten worse too. I don't think I'm going to be able to do any spells or anything because I mean, how can I play if I can't hear?
You play through your soul.
Can't hear you.
God. So here,
We'll figure something out.
And as you
I'm
guys
not
are kind of talking in the middle of town, like a couple people you can like walk by and they give you looks, and you can hear them like, oh, everything was fine before they showed up. And the only other thing of note right now would be the elves in the party. You guys are kind of attuned to magic. Just kind of the area you guys are in just kind of feels more full of life than it did before. Like it doesn't feel so void of everything. Like it's not. I wouldn't say void. What you're used to, it just feels like that. There's like this kind of a pressure of happiness around. Like something good happened.
So what do y'all want to do?
We still need to find the pillar.
Kind of got an idea where it's at. And I just kind of point toward the mound of whatever I see out there.
Maybe
And,
we should speak to those druids.
Good idea.
You having this conversation verbally?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Just asking.
And actually, let me see. Yeah, she knows. Ruby will kind of chip in when you guys talk about looking for the pillars, and she kind of goes, "Well, all the pillars are different. They're not like real physical pillars. They're just kind of some of them are anomalies in the world or things that need to be restored. And I think we may have done what we needed to do, but it'd probably be good to check."
I'll look at Acheron. Where's your husband?
Where is he indeed?
Hopefully dead.
You think he got smashed into the mountain of bones?
Yeah, sure. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best, huh?
Open the ring to Belle.
Yeah.
Belle,
Yeah.
those druids you spoke of, they knew about these pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we should talk to them again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would they be able to help us kind of maybe give us a direction?
I'm sure they'd be able to tell us where to go next.
Can you help us get there?
Well, yeah, that when Ruby and I found them last time,
They were not in the woods when you guys found them. They
Yeah,
were actually like
they were-
outside the woods, still kind of in the plains area, but they
yeah,
obviously would not go into the woods for some reason.
yeah.
But Ruby and Belle would know the
Oh, yeah.
general area.
They know where they are. You guys know where they are. No worries. You don't have to like make up or anything. I got you, Mary. Don't worry. You know where they are. They're kind of in the same direction you guys went, but just like further around the tree line. Probably like another 30 minutes travel. It's kind of out there. It's still kind of a wooded area, but it's outside the main part of the forest.
I think it's obvious what we should do.
I'm ready then.
Let's go. We're all rested
ready.
up, right?
Yep, indeed.
And I just kind of play with the figurine a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at it.
All right. So you guys want to head out walking in that direction, or what do you guys want to do? You guys are all dressed up, fully healed, and you do got some loot we haven't went through yet, but you can do that on the way.
Like, just keep it to yourself.
I got what?
Then you can just keep it to yourself. We don't know about it. None of us have seen it.
That's true.
All right. Is that what you guys want to do?
Before I go, I just want to see Heimel's son one more time.
Yeah. I mean, they're. You can actually see them like kind of walk by the general goods store.
All right. And do I see Zadiku?
Well, looking straight at the guy, you don't see anything weird about him.
Hey, Dale.
The guy kind of turns and looks, and he just kind of waves.
Yeah. You grew up a lot. What is it?
Yeah, he looks like he's 10 years older.
Yeah. You need to stop doing whatever you're doing. You aging too fast. How do you feel?
I feel okay. Oh, and his voice is a little. I feel bigger.
Yeah.
He kind of shrugs a little bit.
You don't see anything different?
He just kind of looks down again.
How's your shadow doing?
He kind of looks down at the ground. It's bigger too.
All right. Yeah. Just if your shadow decides to talk to you or anything, you're like that, make you hit yourself or something, let me know.
And he's kind of. All right.
All right.
And he turns to walk away, and if you watch him walk away, we'll say like the glass of the general goods store, you can see him walking, and you can see this kind of winged black creature standing over him with his hands out.
I can't talk to him, can I? Run over to the reflection.
I mean, it's kind of like
it's in passing, so it's
kind of in passing, but you still kind of you see it. You obviously see it, but you can react however you want.
Yeah, try to run over. Just look at it and what up? Oh yeah, we'll just keep going. Run over there real quick.
Yeah. You run up to his family real quick.
Yeah. Oh, and trying to get to reflection real quick as I'm trying to talk to Zadiku in passing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just however you want to do it. They're just walking up to the general goods store. They're kind of like,
okay.
I mean, it's not very far away. That's why you can see it in the reflection, because you guys are kind of right there.
Zadiku, what are you doing?
And they both kind of stop and look at you, like your wife and son.
Yeah.
Who?
I go.
And
what?
And they both kind of look at you like, what's this guy talking about?
Don't talk in riddle.
No riddle. Just, you know what? Never mind. Just be careful. All right.
All right. And they kind of they turn to walk away, and as his son kind of turns away, you kind of see like this, almost like this flash of like an evil grin as he turns.
All right. I start catching up with everybody else.
All right.
Over the ring, would you guys know if there's a bookstore in town?
There is.
I was hoping there is maybe a book on herbalism there.
Nope.
You don't think so?
You can find a lot of other books like Gundam.
I don't know what that is.
It's a very popular series.
Oh.
But you can try though.
Okay.
So there's a bookstore in town, and you guys can tell them where it is.
Yeah. So just tell them what's that.
All right, yeah, I'm going to start walking that way.
All right, you're going to head to the bookstore?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be going with you. I had a bad experience with the owner.
All right, so yeah, you guys. This is the only thing we're doing right now, I guess. It's just you go to the bookstore, right? So you walk in, you kind of there seems to be like a temple, and you notice that it has tabards of both Helm and Mercule hanging on each side, like one, or not Mercule, excuse me. No, yeah, Mercule. I thought I said Merubal. Mercule, and then the other side of Helm, and then you go behind that, and you see a sign that says "A Likely Story," and
that's clever.
in the in the kind of the book, the metalwork, you can see it looks like a shirtless man that's like holding his arms at the side, and he has like spiky hair above his head, and he seems to be yelling about something.
That's weird. Knock on the door.
You go up, you approach the door, and there seems to be kind of a worn white sock over the door handle.
Oh.
And you see no lights on the inside. No, and there's no answer. You may, if you want to try the door with the sock, you can. Mm-hmm. And it's locked.
That hadn't stopped me before.
Yeah.
I'll knock again just in case.
Yeah, you knock again. There's no answer.
All right, pick the lock.
All right, pick the lock.
Yeah.
It's no problem. You get in open. Okay. You don't have to even. Don't you have to roll. You get in.
No,
and as you open the door,
hello.
You get no answer back, but you can just kind of get this is kind of just a stink in the air. And
smells like sweat and shame in here.
It does. And you can see there's kind of just books that's been thrown on the floor, and there's a few like small bookshelves in this place, and you can kind of see like a pair of legs kind of just hanging out on the ground, kind of laying there behind the first bookshelf.
Hello.
And they kind of kick a little bit. Did I lock the door?
The door is open. Hello.
Oh my God. Go away. We're closed.
Just I need 1 second of your time. I'll pay you double whatever the price of the book would be. And you kind of hear like a whisper, like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like a woman's voice. It's like, "Shh, it's okay, it's okay." And the feet go up, and this very large man with a ponytail pulled back and kind of a neck beard, and he's got glasses on. He's kind of like covered himself with like it's like a shirt. He just kind of comes around. He's like, hello. I'm looking for a book on herbalism.
Okay.
Would you happen to have any books on elves? Maybe their history.
Elves?
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks like he's like just confused with the whole situation. Yeah. He kind of holds it and he walks behind the counter. We got what about what history? The history of like recent or like
before the war.
No, I don't have anything before the war. I don't even think there's any. I think they burned. I don't think there's anything before the war. There's very little after the war too, but mostly he kind of like looks in the direction of the bookshelf. Just a bunch of bad things happen,
Right. Maybe just the book on herbalism then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And he kind of walks back out in that direction and goes down.
Would it have anything on poisons?
He kind of turns back.
Something to be clear of.
I got something here. It covers like kind of common plants to avoid that could be poisonous. And he kind of pulls down. It's kind of like this small book. Like, and he kind of like, and if you're looking, maybe the guild would have something you're looking for. And he's kind of like, okay. You kind of see like sweat starting to beat on his forehead a little bit. He's getting a little nervous.
Just the book, how much?
Well, double price is 30 gold.
No problem.
And he gladly hands it to you.
I take it.
Yep.
Leave the door open and leave.
Yeah. Okay. And you hear the door shut behind you. He's like, God, and then you hear that lock again. How the fuck did he get in? I know I locked this. And then you hear like another voice and he shuts the door. Come on back, baby. Oh, Barthaniel and his new muse. They've been 2 days. Just wow. He's got a lot to work out, Anyway, yeah, he's welcome. He gives you a book, and it kind of gives you like it's just what he said. It kind of gives you like this plant is poisonous. Do not eat, kind of thing. And then if you do eat it, then this is what can help you, kind of thing. Yeah. What does everybody else want to do? You can come back and find everybody.
I'm ready to head out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we'll just meet up.
Okay. Yeah, you guys meet up and you guys you're on foot now because your horse is still. Did you ride the horse out? You
I
did.
think
Didn't
we
you?
took both horses.
Yeah, I took my horse
Yeah.
out there.
Okay, so
it
yeah,
should be
they
out there still.
should be still out there at Arcus's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys want to head there and pick up your steeds?
Yeah, and check out
the
the
range.
mound, and I guess if they're near the Druids, we'll go see them.
Okay.
What are we doing?
We're gonna visit your druid friends.
We're gonna go get our cart.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Because
You
no
guys.
one seemed to notice that Belle has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Ruby hasn't spoken up about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys can head out of town and walk in that
Guys,
direction.
She can't hear a thing.
She what?
She can't hear a thing.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Brother, test it.
Say whatever you want.
Say it.
Belle. Belle, if you think I'm gorgeous, don't look at me.
She just kind of continues on.
You see, brother? It's obvious.
I don't know about that, brother. Bill, do absolutely nothing if you think I look better. Oh, well, look at that, brother.
That's
Well, I'm ready to head out. Go.
While we're walking, what I notice, I guess I'd have to be looking, but does my axe still bleed?
Well, when you're putting your equipment on, usually when you grab your axe, there's like a bloody puddle under it sitting there, but there's not.
Okay.
It seems clean. And again, Oseron, like your sliced neck is no longer.
Yeah.
It seems that the curses have been lifted.
Yep.
Possibly including Ezekiel's curse that attached him to you. I don't know. We'll see.
Weird.
He's like, finally, I'm free of that guy.
Yeah, I still sense a judgmental kind of feeling. From
That is
the
important that I meant to mention already. You hold the dagger and kind of, you can get the feeling from it. And you kind of get the feeling of a bit of pride, like it's proud of you. And roll me a D100.
Start killing everybody. All right, cool.
Did you just kill the cake fingers? Oh my god.
Sounds like a dream.
Your dagger's a fan now.
55.
I feel like you guys should have had more of a reaction where you just saw him again after he just killed you, and you haven't like mentioned it.
Right. Keep those out because I think you're about to need them again.
Yeah, dream.
Yeah, put you both to
Ayo,
sleep.
Ayo killing the cake finger? Nah.
Impossible.
Never happened. I look fine. Nah, I'm good.
Roll a. Okay, so that gives it. Sorry, it's kind of specific about this one. Okay. D20.
18.
18. Roll again.
No, give it to him. Give it to him.
10.
Let's see.
What was 18?
Well, it kind of went against the whole thing.
Okay.
You 18. I'll tell you what that did. It makes you wicked. So if there's like a selfish act or something, then you would be urged to do that. But that changed your character. But you get to learn a language. As a kind of another brand seems to be on it. And I get to pick. So we'll decide what language you got later. But it seems to like be opening up slightly to you. And so you get a free language. It's not too bad.
Maybe he's gonna say electric black this time. Maybe he actually know how to say it.
You guys are walking. You guys got a chance to look through the
Yeah, I
loot
was
stuff you
gonna
got.
hand out items and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Bella's got the identify, right? Do you have it?
Does she
need verbal language to do identify?
All of my spells are based in music. So
But you can still speak. You just
yeah.
can't. You may be a little tone deaf. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
You try to sing.
All right. So
Belle, identify these, please.
Sure.
yeah. And
What am I looking at?
That's a crossbow.
Oh, so it is.
Turn the other way.
So you have a little bit more trouble identifying these things than usual, and you usually like sing a little song while you're doing it. How would she sing her song right now if she had to identify these?
What the fuck am I holding?
Sounds a little tone deaf.
I can't tell. Oh, look, it's a crossbow. And this crossbow does.
All right. It's a plus one hand crossbow.
This crossbow does. I like how you done it.
So just you guys go.
Great.
It's probably going to take most of the trip for you to actually identify everything because you're kind of crap at it now. But you guys get to Arcus's house, and then after we do that, I'll tell you what everything does.
Okay.
Your horses are still there. They haven't been watered or fed or anything, so they're eager to see you guys. But Arcus's house is still abandoned. It doesn't seem like he's returned to it or anything. But you guys are able to mount up and head out if you want in the direction of Druids. Unless there's anything you want to do while you're here.
I'm gonna pay my respect to Arcus because I know the math figure.
Yeah.
Because Calvin told us about it.
Right.
And just pay my respect.
Yeah. Yeah, you take a moment. And let me do that.
I will. Is there a bucket nearby?
Mhm.
I will.
There's a bucket and there's like a small well in the distance you can see. Like
It's got water in it.
Like yeah, it's pretty low, but it's got water in it.
Okay, I'll try to get down and get some
you
water
can
for the horses.
Yeah, you water the horses, and there's no fresh hay here, but you can lead them out, let them eat some of the grass and such. Yeah. And while you guys are doing that, I can tell you the rest of the loot you got. There were 1, 2, 4, 6, several potions. 4 of them are greater potions. They're 4d4 plus 4. And then 2. No, I can't read my writing. 2 better ones. They're 8d4 plus 8. So 4 4d4 plus 4 and 2 8d4 plus 8. And then a potion of animal friendship that allows you to cast the spell once for the next hour. There's a necklace of fireballs. It has 6 charges. You take a bead and you throw it up to 60 feet and it casts the spell Fireball at level 3. It doesn't recharge. You just have 6 charges for it. There is a hat of disguise. That's the floppy hat. And I didn't look it up exactly what it does, but you can cast disguise self, I'm pretty sure, with it.
Okay.
And then through all the pouches of gold you found, you collected 3,000 gold.
Nice. So I guess what is it? 500 each.
Yeah.
Fine, now 500 each. I will hand the crossbow to Ao.
Okay.
I will.
Is this crossbow two-handed or is hand crossbow?
Hand crossbow.
I'll keep the floppy hat for
Yep.
myself.
All right.
Put it on.
Yeah. Put it on the hat.
To kind of attune to it, I guess, or does it require?
I believe it takes attunement. I can look up real quick while you're deciding what you want to do to loot.
Okay. I will give the animal friendship potion to Belle. I'll kind of wave it in front of her face.
Yeah.
And go, where is it? Horsey friendship, okay? She can still hear you in the ring, man. Oh, yeah.
So, hat of disguise, while you're wearing the hat, you can cast use an action to cast disguise self at will, and it does require attunement.
Okay.
How many fireballs were on the necklace again?
6.
6.
And it can if you can throw the whole thing if you want to, and it
God.
for every extra one you add, it levels one
So-
level up
okay,
the
okay.
spell. So you can cast. I mean, with 6, you can cast it at level.
9.
Yeah, you can max out a fireball and chunk it.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Please.
That's too much for me to let go of somewhere.
Yep.
You said we had 500 each?
Yep.
Yes.
We're gonna die. We're dead. I'm like, we're dead.
You can only throw it 60 feet, so you know.
Yeah.
If it gets too close, it doesn't have that regular 120 or 300
Yeah,
range.
the
Whatever.
DC is pretty low. It's like
Okay.
D12 or something. Or D12.
Potions. I will just put all but one of the 8d8 plus or whatever it was.
8d4 plus 8.
8d4 plus 8 in that combined
Mhm.
pouch.
The
That they
shared
had.
bag?
Yeah, shared bag.
Right.
So
Okay.
what are we looking at?
And that should be it.
What do you do with your necklace of fireball?
I
Where they been?
is it requirement too?
I think you just pick it off and throw it.
Okay.
I don't think it needs
I don't
attunement.
think so.
I'll make sure. I had looked it up and I meant to write that down, but I forgot to.
I imagine it as being like, you know how like fashionable
big,
older ladies,
like-
yeah, like wear those really big beaded
Yeah,
necklaces.
it's
Like
no
that.
no attunement required.
Okay.
It's just there. It's
Okay.
kind of like a potion. You just use it, it's gone.
Okay. I will
Yeah, put
put
it
it
on.
on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Styling.
Nice.
And where do you keep your gold at? You put it in your own pouch, right?
Yes, I have a pouch and then I have the bag of holding that has all the gems and all that other stuff in it.
Okay. Cool. And I'll be around the bush. If you look just through checking your equipment, moving around, you look into your normal bag of holding,
Mhm.
and that one item that's never been able to get it. It comes right to the top easily if you try to attempt to grab it out this time.
I'll look to see if anyone's watching.
Yeah. Everybody's watching.
Of course. I reach in, pull it
My
out.
pass is pretty good, man.
It's just it looks kind of like a small, kind of like a golden. What do you wear on your shirt? It's like a
Brooch?
brooch. Yeah,
Yeah,
brooch. It's got like a green gem in the middle of it, and then it's kind of flowered, like 2 wings kind of coming out to the top, and then one coming out the bottom, and it looks kind of like a carved dragon eye under the gem that's placed over it, and it is magical. And if you identify it, because I'm sure you will, it is
What?
It is
this
an-
roach do?
it's an animated shield. Dun dun dun.
It's a shield.
So you attune to it, you
I
say the
still
word,
take
and you kind of throw it up, and it becomes a kind of a blue see-through shield,
How many?
and it adds 2 to your AC, and you do not have to actually hold it.
Dang.
Jesus.
It kind of flies around and defends you on its own.
Yeah, I have to figure out.
But it basically gives you 2 free AC, is what it does.
2 free AC.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Dang.
No,
Terrence is over there like, come on, man.
I know we're best friends.
Give me a little bit of that,
I
little
need
bit of
it.
that
I need it.
shield.
All right, you guys got all this written down so I can erase off my notes. What you guys got?
Yeah,
What is he attuned to?
All right.
yeah, that's what I know.
Yeah, well, you can only have so many attuned things, and the ring counts as 1 now. So
How many can we have?
3.
Floppy hat.
Yeah, and your instrument counts as 1 for you,
Yeah,
along with your ring. So you only got like 1 slot extra.
yeah.
All right. You guys got a level. Oh yeah, everybody leveled up last time
yeah.
too. I don't know
Yeah,
about
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
at home.
Level 9.
So they got to level 9, and you guys just got the big old fat loots from this place you just did. Cool. But you guys are heading off. You're so giggity over your items you got. I think they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm. They are pretty
You-
good.
It's only one thing. You gave it to the wrong person. You'll never use them.
Yeah.
Mr. Ice Sword.
Okay, dude.
I mean,
I used it though. I
Yeah.
used it.
hey, I just hand the loot out. You guys decide where it goes.
It's whoever gets to the loot first gets to.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I think that's fair, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's pretty good.
Whoever takes the initiative to say, I'm taking the loot.
Cool.
Cool.
I've still got a little thing of witch's brew.
Yeah,
I've been carrying around for like
Yeah.
3 episodes.
I've had that for a long
That
time.
tastes really good.
I still got a ring I have to give to somebody and see if it works. But
Oh, you're a ring of spell holding or whatever.
yeah, that holds 6 spells.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I better.
You gotta be a
But I'm
cleric,
still
Right.
right?
a bit.
There's quite a
No,
lot of
no,
magical
no,
items
no,
floating around.
Oh, you don't have to be a cleric.
We don't know.
haven't tried.
Like if she tried to identify the owl figurine, what would happen?
Yeah, you can try if you want to. You want to take some time to do that while you guys are riding for the druids?
Yeah.
Looking at this little figurine. Looks like an owl.
It
It's an owl.
yeah, you can identify it, and it kind of seems like it seems much like your bag of tricks where you can like throw out and an animal comes out of it.
Yeah.
So you think that this may just be Kalinor, and you spend some time, but you don't get like a command word to resummon him or anything.
Yeah.
You can just tell that there's a creature in here, and that's it.
Cool.
Yeah, so like I said, it's kind of weird that you don't like figure out like a way to summon him out of there. It just seems he's in there, and he doesn't come out until he wants to.
Okay.
I relay that information.
Nice. All right. So anyway, we guys continue on with the adventure. We got our loots out the way. We got our confusing downtimes going out of the way.
Question for a second.
Yeah.
Are my night vision goggles, am I tuned to them?
No, those are free.
What about my bag of tricks?
But you do have to attune to that, I believe.
All right, so that's my 3 then. Is my bag of tricks. Oh, unless I have to be attuned to my cloak of protection.
We can look right quick. Let's look up all your stuff.
Real quick, I just want to make sure I'm not cheating. That's all.
Because it's could be real important right now. I'll talk to the druids, I'm sure. All right, let's see.
Cloaks, look up the cloak of Valentine too.
Bag of holding does not need attunement, actually.
Wow.
You just use it.
I don't use it.
Nice.
Cloaks.
It does.
Yeah.
I think the cloaks do. Yeah.
That's my 3 then.
Yeah, all the cloaks require attunement.
All right, so I got my cloak, my ring, and my mandolin.
Except for the mana ray one, whatever that does.
Got my cloak ring.
Lets you swim faster, okay.
That will help on our pirate adventure.
You max out too?
Let's go ahead. All right, so I guess we're following Ruby and Belle toward the Druids.
Yeah. You guys are going to. They're leading you away to the druids, and in the distance, you can see the small. It's there's like the forest, but then there's like I wouldn't call it like a. Maybe it's kind of a grove in like a smaller, like it's disconnected, but it looks like it once was part of the forest. Like maybe they just purposely chopped some trees down there or something. I'm not too sure, but kind of an area. You can see the trees going around it, and then in between there, you can see that there is a little kind of like a camp area. There's not like they're burning anything, but it seems like just like a small kind of hut is in between this. And as you get closer, you can see that there's several animals that are just kind of laying about lazily where the sun coats from the trees, and they seem to be kind of basking in the sun. You can see there's a bear, a panther, even a lion. These 3, you see them laying there. No tigers, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Tigers?
There's a lion, a tiger, and a bear. Oh my!
Oh my, yeah.
And kind of an old man just just sitting on a log outside, and he's smoking a pipe, and you can see kind of long green robes on him, and a stag skull for a helmet, and the horns coming up, and a couple of pieces of ivy hanging off of it. And he sees you guys coming, and I guess you're relaying to everyone maybe that this is the druid. These are the druids, yeah. And they don't get up to greet you or anything, but they see you coming. Or who's going to lead the way into talking to the druids?
Belle will.
Okay.
I'll walk with her.
Yeah. You guys like the way the trees have grown. It doesn't seem natural. It's like almost kind of like a fence of the trees, and you have to get off the horse to go in. You can't pull the horse in there. But yeah, you can come in, and you can even see kind of off to the side. There's just a small pond. Seems very self-sufficient here where they are, and the old druid stands up, the only human you guys see, and begins to step forward. He's like, "Oh, Belle, Ruby, welcome back, and you brought visitors." It's he kind of like breathes real deep. It's a beautiful day in the forest. And you can't hear anything he's saying, but he kind of looks at you like he's expecting to say something back.
It's been a long time since you had one, isn't it?
10 years. Well, I guess we left before that. It's been a while. But now there's this giant pile of bones in the forest. That's odd.
I can imagine it's a little disconcerting.
Every dark cloud has a silver lining. At least now I think we can move back into our forest. Then he sniffs the air again deeply. I don't smell the corruption anymore.
I sense that whatever was lingering there is gone.
I believe it is, and about damn time. Ever since those adventurers, and he kind of like looks like he's trying to think back. Long time ago, banished the evil and put it under our protection. I didn't think it'd be so powerful. We had to flee. But, Renata, she betrayed us, and and he kind of like looks sad. It's my fault for being lax that led to this whole situation. So I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I failed. Didn't protect the forest like I should have.
Well, you got us there, and we did what we could. Now it's gone. So I say you didn't fail.
We can rebuild. There's no animals, no bugs, only trees in the forest. It's not so bad, but I miss the... And he starts naming off different, like, antelope, and he just kind of keeps going and going with it.
Nature has a way of reclaiming what's theirs.
Nature always reclaims what's theirs. After we're all dirt, nature will thrive. And he kind of looks proud as he's saying that. Obviously, like a very old school and like your classic druid. And he kind
Did
of
he tell us his name?
He has not.
Bell, what's his name?
He said the ring.
Okay.
I know. I'm thinking.
I'm
Grimble
sorry.
Crumple.
No,
I apologize. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Ao. What is yours?
Grimble Crumple.
Well, you would know that he actually doesn't. When you talked to him before, didn't give you a name. Like he's known as. he kind of like laughs to himself. Yeah, it's a silly name. I didn't give it to myself, but the druids in my circle call me the Ancient One because I'm so old. He kind of like rubs his back a little bit. A couple of 1,000 years will do that to you, I guess.
Is this an elfin gentleman?
He's human.
Human? 1,000.
He's he kind of laughs at his own silly name, the Ancient One. He kind of says it again. I'd rather people just call me Carl, really.
Carl.
Yeah, I always like that name.
Kind of an unusual name.
Yeah, it's I think it was my father's name, but I didn't really know him that well. But if I did, his name should be Carl. So call me Carl Jr.
That's so neat. Carl's Jr. I understand.
Sound like a really good buddy.
Coral.
So Coral.
Yeah, coral's nice.
Yeah.
I like corals. They all
I'm sorry I talk weird.
like unique snowflakes.
It's an elvish accent. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love the elves. Great race of people.
You spoke to my friends about these pillars.
Yes, the world is not what it used to be. Out of balance, I guess you could call it.
You can say that. You told him of this one. Is there maybe another one you may know?
Well, I don't really leave the woods very often, but sometimes the birds tell me stories. Deep in the ocean, a maelstrom of evil power. Definitely there. And I've also heard tell of a king, very old king, that still hasn't passed on from this world. But that's all I've heard so far.
I don't guess you would know the location of this king.
No. And he kind of like whistles a little bit. And like a little bird comes down, like lands on his finger. He just kind of whistles at it for a bit. And it kind of flies off his finger. Maybe the birds know. Send a messenger.
Because Belle can't hear or understand what's going on, she's getting very distracted by the beautiful lion. Very much.
Yeah, and the animals are they looked up to like look at you guys, and they just kind of like lay back and huff in the sunlight, like they're really enjoying the warmth.
Belle, can you show this ancient one the diary we found?
Oh yeah, get it out of my pack.
Yeah, and you hand it to him, and you can like see like his brow. He looks not happy about it, but he takes it from you. And
she was slain in the battle.
Slain? Oh. And he takes it in his hands and flips it open. Anada. Our lost soul. This journal speaks of a man, an annoying man. That's not important.
Yeah.
He flips through it.
He really isn't. He could be the son.
And he spends a little time just kind of flipping through it. Anada was taken by the corruption. But she seemed happy. And he hands it back to you. A long time ago, adventurers, humans that weren't from this land, they came and trapped Gharr the Corrupted in a gem and placed him under our care. And long story short, she corrupted Inada, and she betrayed us and allowed his power to seep into the forest. And that's really all of the tale there is to tell. But you guys have been involved. If you have this and know of the things that happened, did you stop him?
We did.
You banished him from this world?
As far as we can tell.
How?
That is something I'm not very clear on.
Well, he doesn't seem to be here anymore, and that makes me happy. We just got to do something about these bones. But today's a good day. Me and my circle are moving back into the forest. And we thank you very much for what you've done.
Is there any way we can contact you, just in case?
The birds.
The birds.
Mm-hmm. Do you speak with the birds?
I don't.
The young ones.
Lost your touch. And he just kind of like looks disappointed. He starts kind of stroking his beard. He takes he holds his hand out to you, Belle.
I take it.
And he kind of cups your hand a little bit. And he's kind of rubbing it. You don't know what he's been talking about, but he's just kind of awkwardly rubbing your hand right now.
Feels wrinkly.
You kind of hear like a whisper in your head, and he asks, "You speak to the animals, don't you?"
I don't think they can understand me, but I talk to them all the time.
It seems he's used to. You see when he kind of points at her a little bit, and from your experience with, it seems he's casting a cantrip. You know his message to her. It's like, and your hand begins to glow green slightly, and leaves begin to kind of swirl around you. And he lets your hand go, and there seems to be like a little twig ring that's grown around your finger.
Girl, I'm blinging. I got so many rings.
And he kind of smiles and points back, and gives you a wink. It's like, that should help. Speak with the birds.
Thank you.
And that's just between you two. Like nobody else.
Yeah,
said that.
message can go both ways.
Coral.
Yes.
Speaking of our friend, she has been cursed with a deafness and a blindness in one of her eyes.
Oh. He kind of like leans forward to her and like rubbing his beard and looking at her. And he kind of comes close to your head and goes, no curse. And he puts his hand on your forehead, and he begins casting a spell. And you kind of see a warm glow, and you kind of feel your ears pop, and the light in your eye kind of gets bright, like you just had one eye closed the whole time. Yeah, that should help. Yeah, he's cured your ailments that you had.
Oh, that's nice.
Apologies that I didn't realize sooner. I thought maybe it's just one of these young human things.
Thank you.
And he kind of comes over to you. He kind of strokes his beard.
You're admiring the hat, and I kind of tip it.
He kind of looks up. No. Disgusting what they've done to you. Creature of nature and power, abused in such a way.
Agreed.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do for you. But he kind of smells. With time, should overcome this. Maybe not in their lifetime. He kind of gestures towards the rest of them. But one day, I look forward to that.
What can you tell me about my friend? And I hold out the owl.
Oh. And he reaches out and takes it from your hand. He kind of cups over his hand, and you can kind of see him. He's kind of like mumbling some words and rocking back and forth. He's resting. With time, he should be okay. And he hands it back to you. Powerful creature.
He saved us.
2 powerful creatures visit my woods today. I am happy.
What?
Is he talking for you?
He ain't say nothing to me.
Yeah, and he seems, now that he's started talking to you, seems very happy that you're here.
I hope we get to meet again.
Oh.
Before we go, I take out the vial that I collected the briar fluid from. Let's see if you can identify it. Can you take a look at this?
When he kind of backs away when you hold that out. He kind of looks at it. essence of the corrupted. Mm. He kind of hold his hand out. It's best if we do away with this. He takes it and he kind of like looks off to the side, and the bear stands up and kind of morphs back into an elven woman dressed in similar green clothes, and he hands it to her. And she takes it, and he kind of holds his hand, and he says, "Do not forget Anada, but I trust you." And he lets it go, and she bows and steps back.
Does she look similar to Anada?
Female elf, but not obviously to you guys. She's different, but maybe to the dwarves and the human in the party, very similar.
They all look the same.
And she takes
if it was a sister or not.
Yeah, she takes it and she goes into the hut. We will be sure it's properly disposed of. Thank you for bringing it here. I can't imagine what would happen if you would have lost that in nature. And he just kind of looks at all of you. Dwarves. Left your mountain homes. How does it feel to have the grass underneath your feet and the sun on your face?
Feels like it did pretty much every day, except the days that it rains.
But the rain is beautiful in itself. It gives life, as does the sun.
Yes, and also cures thirst.
Very knowledgeable, bro. Very knowledgeable.
We studied a lot in school.
Yeah.
Tell me about the sea.
Thirst. Thirst. Remind me, what does thirst feel like?
Well, you know, it's like in the back of your throat, and
he kind of goes.
Yes, maybe a little scratchy sometimes, and
Well, maybe this will help. And he kind of like holds his hand out and hands you like a handful of berries.
well, thank you.
Oh, just don't go too long without eating or nourishment.
Oh,
You look tall for dwarves.
Yep, we're tall.
And this old druid just seems to be like really enjoying the conversation.
Ate breakfast.
Oh, so young.
we also did lots of stretches.
Oh,
Yeah,
stretches.
Probably helped with our posture.
Yeah, can't you tell? Just do a little stumbling walk side to side.
He kind of chuckles to himself a little bit. Well, is there anything else I can do for you, young ones?
Well, what's your secret?
The secret.
Yeah.
He kind of looks around. Of what?
You're 1,000 years old.
Oh, more than that. I like to think my secret is procreation and being a good druid. Nature rewards those who are obedient and devote themselves fully.
Balanced nutritional diet.
It's in the animal meat.
And I also do CrossFit.
Of course they had to tell you. They have to tell you.
He didn't tell us, so I don't think he does.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have to tell you though.
Yeah, he'll sit there and he'll chat with you guys as long as you want to chat. He doesn't seem like he's in a hurry to go anywhere.
Yeah. So us on the other hand, we are so.
So, to the ocean then?
The sea.
We got a boat.
We do have a boat. And I'm pretty sure the Eon Well is where we need to be going.
Well,
The what?
We probably need to
Eon
plan
Well?
a little bit better than
It's
this.
in the sea.
Yeah, it's in the sea.
Obviously, that's always the answer.
Since we got the
The
car and stuff, we probably need to load up, head back to town,
Which town?
grab supplies, look for.
Jaime, what do you want to do with your family?
And we had a house in Little Fort. Yes, well, they've been in there for a while. Oh.
Yeah, your son seems to have grown.
Yeah, just in one day. Huh. Kind of weird. But I need to go get them settled before I leave.
Sure.
And as you guys are talking amongst yourself, he's the old druid has moved on to Ruby and is like in conversation, and you guys are kind of snapped out of your conversation as you kind of hear him say to her, "Are you sure you don't want me to reverse this?" And she like looks angry at him. Like, no, of course not. Grandfather made me this way, and I want to stay this way. How is your grandfather? And he kind of looks towards you.
Last I heard, he was in prison.
Well, he was a good man last I saw him in these woods. I mean, thanks to him, we sealed Gharr away to begin with. But doing this to this poor girl, I would have words with him. Next time you see him, tell him to come visit again.
Well,
And he, at this point, he'll kind of start backing away. If the birds know anything, I'll send. And at that, he kind of like his skin begins to kind of become transparent, and wind begins blowing around him. We're leaving for the woods now, and he transforms into essentially it's an air elemental, and kind of just flies off into the distance as the other druids turn into animal form and chase after him.
okay.
And you are left there with this a hut, and kind of he just like abruptly just leaves after speaking to Ruby, and they head in the direction of the rest of the forest in the bone pile.
All right.
Let's get Hamlet's family settled.
Yep.
Make sure they're safe. Make sure they have a place.
And then let's buy sailor clothes.
Sailor clothes.
Buy pirate clothes.
Arr! Yeah, it's like he told you two things. You guys heard the ocean and pirates, and then something about a king. I don't know about that.
Some old king.
The king is corrupt.
But actually, now that you guys are, you're a good bit closer to the forest now, and you can obviously see in this large pile that still is above the forest that it is bones. It's all bones.
Mm-hmm.
My God, that's us.
Is it?
Yeah,
Probably.
that's the bones.
Is it all human? Can we see?
From here you can't tell, but if you want to go and investigate,
Yeah, I want to start walking.
yeah,
forward
you
and
can
look.
you guys
Let's
can
go.
follow the druids that just left.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking and look.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Okay, well, yeah, no problem. You can go into the woods, and there's the heavy fog that was there is no longer there. You can actually hear a few birds kind of chirping in the air. If you guys follow the druids, they kind of turn back into their normal forms. You can see them kind of grabbing limbs and rubbing the grass and kind of having like odd conversations with themselves in druidic. And then you guys continue to like the edge of this pile, and it is indeed bones. Nothing but bones. There are dwarven bones, mostly elven bone. Kind of it's you guys. It's those bones. So there's few human bones, but mostly elven, and then kind of this kind of strange looking, sharp toothed dragony one here and there. But as you look up, it's just this very large pile, and Coral he'll walk up behind you. A lot of death happened here.
Mm-hmm. So what was he? Girl.
And he kind of looks at you. Who? And he kind of looks down at the bones. This was an elf. This a human. And he kind of reaches for the one that kind of has the strange features. And this. And he kind of holds up beside your head. And he kind of gives you this kind of sorrowful look. How long did you spend in these woods?
We don't know.
And he kind of puts it back down and steps back and looks up.
Well, may the world one day know of your sacrifice.
We're here now.
I wonder how. If this, he kind of points back to the mound. This is very confusing. Was anyone else in the forest with you?
There was another elf. A man named Arcus.
He kind of seems to think, oh, yeah, Arcus visited the woods often. He loved to fish in the pond. But not his favorite pond. She loved the catfish there.
So we've heard.
I know not what we'll do with all this. As he looks up at it, seems what would you suggest? He kind of looks at you guys. Do we leave your remains here? They're yours. As he kind of gives you like a questioning look.
Just burn it to ashes.
Bones make great fertilizer. But bones, if you grind them up,
And he kind of looks back up.
it could help regrow the forest. Feed the plants, the trees.
I have time. And he kind of like sits down cross-legged and grabs a bone and a rock and just kind of smashes it in front of you. And then he'll begin to do that because he seems to like your idea. And he begins crushing your bones that were left over that Gharr the Corruptor ate and spat back out as he died and was banished from this world.
So no giant monster there with teeth or anything?
No, there's
nothing.
actually, as you guys get into the woods, it actually feels like, I guess the way that it would be explained is like the world feels more magical. Like it feels like it did in the dreams when you guys went to Namashaw. Like then it felt like the world was vibrant with magic, and then that's kind of voided out in the current world. But here you get that same sense that even though there's this giant pile of bones, that the world's a little better than it was.
Before we leave, how far is it to the lake? I'm just gonna start walking that way.
Which way?
To the lake, towards the lake.
Towards the lake?
Yep.
It is under the bone pile.
Dang.
As the lake was not very far away from Gharr's mouth.
Your husband,
It's dead.
you could have said it with a little bit more sorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, a
but
little bit more sorrow.
You confessed it, your love to it.
He's dead.
Oh. So
Is that better?
You're dead that your catfisher died? Your husband is
He's
dead?
No, he's dead. Oh, well, I guess everything's done here. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Rest his fools also.
Alright, back to town then.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And as you guys turn to leave, Ao, for a moment, kind of in like one of the lower tree branches, as you turn around and look in the distance, you think you see a shadowy figure that kind of vanishes from view, and you notice before he goes a mask that looks like it's smiling at you.
Okay.
At least one of them made it out. Dun dun dun. So yeah, we don't have to. We got a little bit more time. We can get in what direction do you guys want to go in?
Well, let's get Hamlet's family set up.
Yeah. You guys can go back to town. Oh, my neck. So if you go back to town, like she's bought your son new clothes, and he's kind of like strutting around town, like and he's kind of like looking at it as he's now 10 years older. Suddenly he's kind of looking at his muscles and you can see in some glass.
You've been working out.
How much would a house be here?
A house? Probably not that much. Well, I can look at the prices of the houses. I don't remember what page they're on. The average price. Anybody remember?
Not offhand.
You have a house here actually.
Well,
You just haven't been to visit it yet.
yeah. I'm head to the.
Okay. You want to go out and see if your house is still out there? Go with your wife and your kid,
Yeah.
your son.
You go in that direction. It's out of town to the southwest of town. No, just like a 10-minute walk out of town. And there's like a lake, a small lake, like a large pond. And there's a little house beside it. And, what was once a house that seems to be burnt down. But you can see kind of the leftovers there of where you once lived.
Well, it was worth a shot.
And your wife kind of gives a sigh. Where are we gonna live now?
I'm not sure. We'll go see how much another house will be. Unless you want to try to rebuild here.
It's so beautiful here. And she kind of looks over the lake. But I suppose. She kind of bites her lip. People in town seem so different now. Some of the children are much older and new faces. I don't feel like I know anyone that I can live with, but maybe the inn. We can stay at the inn until we find something.
Okay.
Bertha's always been good to us, even when she was younger.
Yeah, just take her some pickles.
She kind of like snorts a laugh to herself.
But I can leave you guys some gold until I get back.
And she kind of gives you this like sad look. You're leaving already?
Yeah. That forest was corrupted. It was a pillar to keep the world from ending.
And she kind of like gets really big eyes and looks at you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. I didn't believe it at first either, but I have to leave because I have to see this through. We're trying to save the world, and I just got you.
Like snorts a laugh again. Save the world.
I know it sounds funny, but
my husband.
I know, right?
Saving the world. And she kind of gives you a look like she doesn't really believe you. She's like, okay, well, we'll wait. You're busy, just trying to get yourself killed. And she kind of holds her hand out.
I start pulling the pouch out. I'm not gonna get myself killed, or at least try not to.
Well, I guess we can. It's only been 3 weeks since we've seen you last. I guess a few more weeks will be okay.
Yeah, that gold pouch I'll drop it at 1,500 in it.
Okay. And she kind of like looks at it like, whew, well, maybe we can look into getting the house rebuilt with this while you're away.
Maybe something to look into.
Okay. And mark off 1,500 gold from your savings as you hand a large gold pouch to your wife, and she's like, when your son kind of like turns around and looks around her like, oh dang,
Daddy got the goods.
I've been doing a lot of work.
It's like, oh my, Dad's loaded. Is that all the money in the whole world?
What's the bank in that 3 weeks?
Horse with gold shoes.
Go get his hair done up there. Nice and tight.
But I want you guys to lay low, because as you said, nobody knows who you guys are anymore.
Yeah. And her eyes get kind of big. Oh, they have the pro reach. What if they come back for us?
They shouldn't. Sebastian's been taken out, and the Pearl Reach Steve Duke, we kind of took care of them too.
Well, don't give me the details, but okay. Oh, I miss you being around and just fishing. I hate that you have to do what you do.
Well, it's not the same anymore. I know it doesn't seem like I could be on the whole other side, but I am now. I gotta save the world so I can.
She kind of like every time you say it, she kind of laughs a little bit.
Well, I thought I had lost you guys, and
yeah,
I'll be damned if I lose you again. So I have to go.
You see a little tear in her eye, and then you guys have a tender moment, and the rest of you are left watching awkwardly. It's this loving moment between Jaime and his wife.
Say tender moment?
Swipe right.
Swipe right at this moment. Oh.
But I love you guys, and I'll be back as soon as soon as possible. And I give her a hug and kiss. And
Yeah.
like, Dale, you gotten bigger, so I don't understand why you got so much bigger, but protect your mother.
Kind of like shakes his head and like and gives you a hug, and he's like, "Well, don't be a stranger." He looks kind of everyone, and he like kind of he walks up to Oseron. And he's like, he holds his hand out.
Yeah, I stick my hand out.
Like, I got to see more of this dwarven strength. And he clasps your hand and make an opposed strength check.
All right, strength. Terrible. 7.
You feel like he's about to crush your hand, and he has this look on his face. He's looking at you like you got something coming.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like awkward. He's just kind of like smiling at you. And those of you watching from the side, it's like it looks kind of like he's like oh or whatever, but he's like looking at you like you can feel like he's looking into you.
Yeah, I want to look back at him.
Yeah, and he's like. He kind of gives you like this weird out of character laugh that kind of makes you look a bit, and he kind of like lets go.
Yeah, and I just want to tell him, you be safe.
I'll be waiting for you. I mean, to visit, of course.
Yeah,
Uncle Oseron.
Yeah,
Uncle Scron.
It was good to see you.
And he like holds his hand out and shakes. And he gives you a normal handshake.
Yeah, you just be good, and yeah, we'll be back for a rematch. At this moment, Lola, just enough between me and him for a rematch.
He kind of gives you the sideways look, like,
Yeah. You take care, Dale. See you later, and I'll start heading off.
Yep. All right. Yeah, and you guys are you're able to gather up your things. You're able to set your family up with a room with in Bertha's Inn. And from here, just so we have an idea, where you guys are planning to head out? You plan on going back to Pearl Reach and sailing out, or you guys want to wait for a message to see what the old Druids found? What do you guys feel like doing?
I want to sail out, but I don't necessarily want to go back to Pearl Reach. There are other port towns.
As Pearl Reach is a port town, and then Summershade, the capital, is a port town, which is past Pearl Reach.
So we'd have to walk around it anyway.
And I think our map that we have,
Ready to go to Summershade.
let's see. All right, from our continent that we're on, I don't have the map to show you guys, but there's two continents. They're kind of split in the middle with water. You guys are on this side. Pearl Reach is here. Summershade's down here. Where you guys want to go is down here. So it's kind of like it's the same distance from both. Really, it's how much time you want to spend walking, or if you want to go back and see anything that's happening in Pearl Reach, or you just want to move on to a new town. So whatever you guys want to do, I'm cool with it.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Well, when they say Pearl Reach, I'm like, me and the paladin there.
Oh yeah, you're reminded of your conversation with Titanbeard, the High Paladin. He told you not to come back into town.
We could go.
Titanbeard are gonna fight.
Yeah, we could go to Bullridge. It's a little bit further than Pearl Reach. And then we'd end up kind of at the other side of the Narron Sea, so it would actually be
much longer.
Are you looking at the map right now?
Journey.
Yeah, I wish I had the map so I could show everybody that's watching right now, but
So
I don't have it pulled up.
We're gonna have to cross through Pearl Reach and just sail.
Well, for party wise, I mean, you guys got a lot of history on Pearl Reach and a lot of reasons not to go. Oseron, you personally report to Titanbeard, and you probably feel like you need to go tell him some stuff.
Yeah.
But that's just as far as that goes. And you got the arena there. There's reasons to go, but then there's also you guys are kind of done with it too. So it's kind of.
What's that?
We can go there.
I could probably sneak around long enough.
We do have a hat of disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have a head of disguise. Yep.
No, he has a head of disguise.
Oh, do we know about that?
I identified it, so I know.
Okay.
Yeah. And she couldn't really speak very well, so she probably announced it over the ring.
Yeah. If we do go, and Hymo could just hide. He's pretty good at dodging, and if we run into Titanbeard, then well, just
So running the Titanbeard, then I'm gonna have to kill him.
Hymo's going to make an attempt to kill him, and then he's going to die. But
And as you guys are kind of sitting there discussing what you want to do, and maybe
It'll be great to see Leopold again.
actually, no, I should wait.
He was going that
He is
way.
the
Yeah.
Polish.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
definitely
Leopold.
going that
Yeah,
way.
Vanessa's there, and Leopold said he's gonna go talk to her.
And I'm gonna do fine Steve. Yeah, let's just go ahead and mark that on.
I was about to say you can't go find
Suddenly,
a princess anywhere. You're married.
what is your
Oh, he's dead.
what is your steed that you find? What is it?
A Pegasus.
A Pegasus.
Yes.
All right. You summon this kind of, what color is it? Like it's kind of like a, when I imagine it, it's kind of like a what the word I'm trying to look through.
Straight
look
up
for.
Twilight Sparkle.
It's not like a physical. It's not like you don't summon like a actual horse like
Wait, you've
real
not
thing. It's
Pegasus.
kind of like it's kind of like a magical
It's a
form.
magical looking horse. It's a
Yeah.
Pegasus, but it's like let's
Fluttershy.
see.
Fluttershy. Pink with a purple, yellow mane and tail.
Absolutely.
Sounds dumb. It sounds like it's gonna be white and bluish in a way.
About
Yeah, white and
You
bluish.
white
Rainbow
or
Dash,
purple
she's
or
blue.
go first?
the rainbow
Right.
mane and tail.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like white bluish and stuff, and then when it like while it's running, it leaves glitter behind it. Just magical glitter, like it's just an epic like glitter, like
Like a glittery like rainbow.
trail or something. Yeah, something crazy
It's
going
coming
on.
out of his ass.
Yeah, you want to call it butt stallion? We'll call it butt stallion.
All right. So you mount up, right? I guess the
Hey,
rest-
no, wait, hold up. Not just a Pegasus appears and he mounts up. More like a Pegasus appears, and all of us who have never seen a Pegasus before would be like,
what
right.
I
Okay.
imagine it's just like a paladin thing. It just I think of a horse and it just turns out to be a Pegasus. Yeah. And since y'all mentioned like
Bill faints.
Since it
Oh!
I'm gonna look at it like
this ain't a Dodge.
that's really yours.
That's mine.
Why is it so colorful?
Hey, I'm a colorful person.
Earring, color.
Mm.
Seed, married a man.
Your husband is still missing. You don't know. if he-
Seems like he's dead, but you know, I don't know. It sounds like it's getting salty in there or something. I don't know, man. Like, I don't even know.
Are you guys trying to shame Oseron for liking pretty things?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Ah,
Little
glitter.
beautiful women. And
Glitter. That seems like you, brother. It's your style. for sure.
Yeah.
showboating out here. Showboating. I'm gonna hop on this Pegasus, and as soon as they say like Vanessa, I'm like, yeah, I think we need to hurry up and get there like right now. She might be in danger. Someone's clutches. Something terrible might happen to her.
You don't trust her.
I trust her, but anybody else, something dangerous might be coming her way. Let's just hurry up and go. Man. Let's
No,
just
I
go.
don't understand
I think
what
she's
would
like
be-
dwarf paladin,
That
and she got the head dwarf paladin there.
That beer's like 1 billion years old.
He's still a pimp. But you gotta. Did you see this gauntlet? It's a strong hand.
Yeah, sure, my gauntlet. Mine too. No, mine too. I don't understand it. I feel like she's in danger. I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's all go
Yeah.
back to the place.
All right.
So
So
we don't see
Oh,
any
it's-
yet.
Okay.
you guys are mounting are getting ready and heading back in the direction of Pearl Reach, right?
Yeah. So what did you about to say?
No, but I
Okay,
didn't
so
even
we
know
need
what
the card and
Are we still
everything.
in Littleport?
Yeah, we went to
We're
Littleport.
still a little for it.
What I need to
What
know
yours?
is who's riding what. You're riding your own steed. You're riding yours.
Amelia.
Emilio, and everyone else is riding the cart, right?
Yeah.
And Hamo's driving, I guess, because he's rolling the dice.
Nah, I'm just fucking-
What did you roll?
No, don't just try to hide
Good
it.
cut, good cut.
I'm not drifting.
What did you get on your animal
A
handling?
six.
The six. Well, you know, it's kind of the horse is maybe it's just
Right.
tired from being tied up for 2 days without water or anything, but
Well, that water is fine.
it kind of begrudgingly starts trotting.
Turns that way.
You guys travel for a bit, and you guys start to get to a part of the forest where it's just a bunch of black ash and smoke. It looks like this forest fire that came through here earlier did a lot of damage, but it's all put out now. And
Can I make a perception check, see if I see anyone following, just in case?
yeah.
Alright. Ah, not great. 18.
You don't see anybody following you, but when you're looking around, you do see someone up ahead walking down the side of the road, and they kind of got like this weird kind of strange walk, like they're having trouble walking, and they look real skinny from here.
Hi Mo, slow down. I think he needs help.
You guys go pull up and see who this is.
Why should we help him?
Look at him. He needs help.
And all you guys can do, I mean, you see this, you're looking, but then if you point it out or over time, you guys
I'll point it out.
You guys will get closer. You kind of
That's
see
a
this strange kind of figure. It looks bald and real thin. And as you guys get kind of closer, it looks, oh, that's a skeleton walking down the side of the road. And he kind of has this tattered shirt. It looks kind of like a it's like a white. Well, I mean, it looks real similar to what you wear, like kind of just your white cloth, no armor, and then just kind of like some. That's all he has on, and he's just kind of walking back and forth as a skeleton is walking, and he kind of turns and he kind of sticks a thumb out.
Oh my god.
My God.
And we'll end the episode right there.
I was about to punch you.
All right. Well, that was
We're
a
talking to that man.
Yeah.
that was a fun little episode, and we went for 3 hours, but we had a lot of stuff to finish up today, and you guys got your loot. You guys got to get to level 9. Gharr the Corrupted has been taken care of. You guys went through some madness. Owen showed up for a second.
Owen!
And now you guys are heading back in the direction of Proration. We'll figure out what happens there next time. If you're new to the stream, hit the follow button. We play D&D every Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you have any fan art or anything you want to tell the cast, #Charisma Plus on Twitter. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye!